What's up? What's up? It's the Arthur Moats Experience with Deke. I'm Arthur Moats, and that's my main man, Deke.
What's good, bro?
Man, we are in recovery mode from, the weekend's festivities. Late game, rockstar travel style. So, yeah, man, things are good, man. Can't complain. How are you over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Still feel a little hungover right now. Which I wasn't necessarily feeling last night. It was weird because whenever we got back, got home, went to sleep, woke up, watched a little bit of that Monday night game and stuff. I was feeling fine. Now, woke up. I guess there was like a second level to this.
Maybe that's the jet lag, bro.
Maybe,
bro.
Maybe.
I mean, like 24 hours ago, you were like in a whole nother place. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's crazy, bro.
Pretty much. Yeah, it was an awesome trip, though. I really enjoyed it.
Nah, it was dope, man. It was dope, man. Definitely saw some cool things out there. And Sunday's tailgate was a movie. Oh, my goodness, dude. The amount of people that showed up to that thing was just crazy. Crazy.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to everyone that came up to us and showing support. Someone was rocking the old school
the OG logo
on the shirt. But yeah, there was just countless people coming up to us saying like, "Yo, I rock with the show and stuff." They were having me sign terrible towels and shit. I'm like, "Come on, dude, I don't want to mess up your towel."
We even had the 13 picture printed out, man.
Yeah, that was awesome. Here's the picture printed out of whenever I got shown on Fox for the Steelers-Lions game, and he's like, "Bro, sign this." So, and I think he wanted me to say 13 something because he's like, you could even put 13. I'm like, wait, do you want me to? He's like, do what you want. I'm like, you sure? So I put Deke number 13, go Steelers. It was awesome. It was printed out really good. It was like thick paper and everything. It was high quality.
Nah, I respect that, man. It was a dope time though. Like I said, definitely a dope time, man. It was one of the ones you'd have to be there to fully grasp it. Now, we're going to have some stuff coming out in the vlog, man, so y'all will be able to see some of the behind the scenes that took place over the weekend. But, that's the beauty of these events, man. You got to pull up, man. When you pull up, baby, it's going to be a blast. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. So with that being said, man, this is the big show today. We got a full recap. Obviously, we're going to hit the phone lines to let you get it off your chest. Once we stop the live stream for the main show, we will come back at 12:20 because it is a Zach Banner Tuesday. We'll get a chance to hear from him. He was actually on the field on that Najee Harris scoring play as well, man. So get a chance to talk a little bit about that, man. But yeah, man, today is definitely one of those days. So without further ado, let us know where you are tuning in from, man. We will shout you out and get this show rolling. Jamie Carlo, man, we appreciate that support. Yes, we do. And then we got, let's go UW bright and early saying good morning from Laramie. Well, at least my boys gave me a victory over Utah, with Chad breaking 120 total tackles, 75 solo tackles. That's the linebacker. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, the dude's nice, bro. You got to watch him, man. He all right. I like his game, man.
What's his prospect status? First rounder, second rounder?
I haven't looked into it to that extent. Just
third rounder?
More so, is he a good player or not? Because, draft.
Are we looking at him is the question.
Well,
should we be?
I mean, for one game, is it? Yeah, it's one game, bro.
I'm just asking because a lot of people are looking.
Jump the gun guy, man.
No, I'm just saying because a lot of people are talking about inside linebacker help, and bringing in new guys and whatnot. I still think we need to go O-line, cornerback probably. But we got Mike Boyce, 229, Albany, Georgia. Donald Copeland saying, "What's up, bro? We needed that dub. Ravens keep winning. Yeah, they keep skating by.
Bro, they did with the backup quarterback.
Alex Papamichael, 561, Boca Raton. Mac 704 in here, Charlotte, North Carolina.
Let's go.
Stephon Bell, always tuning in. 314 St. Louis, Missouri. What's up, Moats? This is Billiken Baller. I haven't said his name in a while.
No, man. And I think
let's go, bro.
And I think with Stephon, I think is because he called one day too.
Baller.
Is it Ball? I think it's like
Balle.
Yeah, I think it's Ball.
Stephon Ball.
I think it's Ball.
Okay.
Yeah, because he did call in one time. I think if I remember it correctly, it's Ball.
Billiken Ballers from the STL.
Let's go. Yeah,
Manuel
it is Ball. He just
Molina.
said it. Yes, Stephon Ball. I was gonna say he did call and say that.
Manuel, always tuning in. 760 Oceanside, Cali.
I like it.
And yeah, you go ahead.
All right, I got Stainless Steel tuning in from Mars. 757 Portsmouth, a.k.a. the Crib. Shout out to the Crib, man. Hometown in the building. We also got, I think this is M Marcus 36. It's like EM or ER. Them fonts is really tiny right now. But Albany, Georgia 229 to the 404 Atlanta ATL Georgia in the building. What to do, Fauya? All right. Then we also got Slim EZ 724 in the house. Trevante Richmond tuning in from Mr. Richmond back in the building, live from the 252 as I'm getting spam called right now. Stop it, you she-devil. Stop it. We don't want no spam calls, all right? Then from there, man, we also have Steelers Girl 517 from Lansing, Michigan in the house. And the last one on my end, before we take it back to 13 over here, SJG 103 the 973, New Jersey.
Julie Gallia tuning in from Toronto.
Okay.
That fourth quarter was Ben and hurry up. Look what happened. Canada needs to see the middle of the field. Something the answer. Ben found it. Will Canada bury it? He better not. Brandon Clark, 540, Roanoke, Virginia.
Okay, Roanoke in the building.
He's saying Devin Bush got to go. Cam Letson, 585, Rochester, New York, baby. Ramiro Rodriguez checking in from the 602 Phoenix, Arizona.
Shout out to Phoenix.
Steel City Boy, 703 Woodbridge, Virginia.
Let's go. Woodbridge, man, I ain't heard Woodbridge in a minute.
And I'll go one more. Mouse Harrington, Tampa, Florida.
Like it. All right, look, we had a couple supers to come in real quick, man. But after that, man, we will proceed to said opening. Ooh.
Cam Letson. Let's go UW, yeah, because he already said.
Cam Letson. Yep, Cam Letson. That's where we're at. You got us?
Good morning, boys. I have nothing else to say besides I saw all that coming. Typical Steelers game, LOL. Also, I love Bush, but come on, man. Help us.
Yeah. Guess we are going to have to talk about him today, huh? I was trying to avoid it. Went back and was rewatching. I was like, oh, I don't have to. Oh, man. Yeah.
Forgot about that one.
Yeah. Forgot that one.
Black and Martyr. Morning, everyone. Time to go to Mars. Anyone else feel better after this L than after the tie with Detroit? Whoa, that's an interesting theory. I thought the offense played well, and that made it sting a little less. Hashtag here we go. That's an interesting theory because right after the game, as we're walking back to get our Uber, I was telling you, dude, listen, I'm only taking pauses away from this. I think this whole game's a huge silver lining with how the offense played. Our defense absolutely sucked, but I'm not saying what else do you expect? Because you know what, they made some nice stops here and there, but I think we all knew the defense, it was going to be struggle. It was going to be an uphill battle, missing 3 of our top 4 defensive players. So, yeah, for us to almost steal that game, to be up 37-34, and then eventually lose it. But, I mean, I came away from that game feeling a lot more positive. The only problem is now our record's 5-4-1 as opposed to it being 6-4-1, which would have helped us. That's the only.
Or 5-5.
5-5. What are you talking about? Oh, the Lions game?
Yeah.
I just felt way more down about that Lions game. I felt like we really should have won that. I felt like we should have won this one being up 37-34, but I just think missing all those dudes. Even on offense, missing Dotson, there's a lot more positives to take away.
No, I liked it, man. I don't feel, I guess, better about this game compared to the Lions game just because in the end it was a loss, whereas the Lions one was a
And that's what I'm talking about with the record. It hurts our record.
All right, so I'm like, I get the feel-good part of it, but the result was still a loss. So I'm going to have a little bit more, reservation about it. But as a whole, though, I do like the way that we responded. Because going into the game, we clearly had a ton of adversity, right? We know that Ben wasn't available all week in practice, or essentially the past 2 weeks with the COVID situation. The amount of injuries to key contributors on defense. You talk about Minka, TJ, Joe Hayden. You can make a case. Those are 3 of your top 5, top 10 players on the team as a whole, and you're missing those guys. That'd be like, on offense if you didn't have Ben, Claypool, and Najee. Like, you're going to see a significant drop off. Even though other guys are stepping up and playing hard, it's going to be a significant drop off. So I did think that, but I thought in all 3 phases, man, it was inconsistent at times. I mean, as well as the offense played, they still had their same struggles pop up, right? Inability to run the ball effectively. Some of the goal line plays, things like that. We still were having issues protection wise, defensively, tackling,
Yeah.
And coverage. I mean, how many times we talked about those this season, right? Special teams, I thought, was probably the most consistent out of it all. Provided a big splash play with the block punt. Then obviously Boz had a field goal as well. So
Ray, fine.
Absolutely. So I thought that, that part played, they played a lot better.
Harvin had a nice punt too.
He did. I mean, it was only one.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Think about, we watched the game where it was like one punt the whole game. That's crazy.
Yeah, they didn't punt. They punted once.
Bro, it had to be just once.
We had a really quick
it was 1-1,
3 and out from them, and they punted. It was almost like if you blinked, you would have missed their series.
1-1, man. So that's not a lot of action right there in terms of special teams, man.
No.
Yeah. That's crazy. But yeah, even with Harvin is 1 for 46. Let me see what their cat had on his one punt.
Was that the block?
It had to be the block, yeah.
So it was the block.
Really wasn't one. It was.
Because what I remember is they kicked it, and Ray had a nice little return, and then there was a flag on it. No, there was flags on both sides, and they had to like cancel it out. And it was like replay 4th down. I was like, "What's going on? Why are they punting again?" And it's like, "Oh shit, we got this punt block."
It's crazy, man. But as a whole, man, to me, I just thought that even though all 3 phases did some good things, the issues that have been plaguing us since week 1, since training camp, came back and it bit us in this game. I mean, that's the reality of it. So was it a way better, performance as a whole team? Yes, way better performance than that Lions game. But as a whole, you still got to clean up the issues that continue to pop up, because that's the difference when you're talking about a Chargers team versus, some of the teams that we were beating during our little run, right? 4 games in a row. Team like the Chargers, they do have the capability to score.
They're an overall solid squad.
Right, like
both phases.
They're a good team. Yeah, so it's no different like when you're playing against us. Like, we're a good team in the sense of you can't just come out here half-cocked, right? You got to be fully ready to go, and you have to play your game, to the best of your ability. Otherwise, we're good enough. I mean, we showed that week 1 against the Bills. So when you're talking about this Chargers matchup, it just showed that, man, all right, versus some of these better teams, that margin of error is small. Where we might have gotten away with a blown coverage in the past. We might have got away with, the protection being a little shoddy up front. In close games like this, it came back to get us right here.
Yeah. I think it's a good point, the inconsistency, because there was a couple plays, or a couple series, even in the offense with us. How many we put up total? Was it 34 at the end of the day? No, 37. 37. So it was the one, we won for it on 4th down in the first quarter. I was like, man, we need to punch that in. And I'd even say kind of at the end of the game where we had it, and this is actually something I want to bring up. I have a question about this, what you thought about the clock management here.
Yeah.
We had it. This was after they went for it on like 4th and inches.
Right.
And I think we gained like 5 or 6 yards. Like, I would have liked to just literally close the game out there.
Yeah.
Run out the clock, get it either down to the end zone or where we're kicking like an 18-yard field goal. So those were a couple things that I thought are like left out there, and obviously the offensive line too in the running game.
Over too when we stopped on that 4th and 1. I was like, yo, this has got to be it. Like, ball placement, time of like what time it was in the game. It just looked like, oh yeah, they're not getting this ball back. This is done. And yeah, they find a way to get it back, and then not only get it back, then score. It's just like, this is crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, because I thought the offensive line obviously inconsistent. I thought Ben played really good, throwing lasers. There was a couple drops even by like Firemuth and like Claypool, same thing. It's like, bro, come down with that contested one.
To me, like the biggest knock that I've seen with Ben or that I felt taken away from that game was the Claypool throw. I think it should have been a touchdown. Actually, the one where we end up having to go and get stopped on 4th downs is like, better pass is a touchdown. But other than that, I thought that he played really, really good, man. To the point where he doesn't ever need to come back to the facility this season. Because this season, we have not seen him play like that at all. And he's been to the facility every time he's played. So if that's what it's going to take for him to play like that, I don't want that man showing us, like, Deke, I'll text you the address. Don't let him leave his house this week, bro. No, I'm like dead serious, bro. I'm dead serious. Because he ain't looked like that this season. If he was looking like that, we would all been over here sounding like you all year. You know what I mean? Like, yo, he the guy. Like, you need to stay here. That 7, that was old school 7. That was vintage 7 that showed up this weekend, man. I don't know. Like I said, maybe he has to virtual learn, or maybe it's the COVID. I don't know. But whatever, we need to bottle that up and keep having that, because, yeah, that is championship. That can win it all for us. If he's playing like that, that'll get it done.
2022 QB1, and I expect.
But like I said,
this play to
continue. It's got to be like this
because it ain't look like this.
It ain't look like this at all this season. It hasn't even been close to that this season, man. That right there was like that's the 7 that we know. That's the 7 that when you speak of, that's something I think you be thinking about all the time. That performance right there was special, baby. That looked good.
But yeah, dude, I going off their comment a little bit, that like there are a lot of pauses. I just think we really need to get healthy. Yeah. The thing that kills us, the thing that it's hard to say whenever you're talking about like feel better about a loss versus a tie, is that we're at this part of the season now. Our next 2 games, Bengals, Ravens, it'd be nice to have this win going into those 2, you know?
Yeah.
But we really need to get healthy. We really need to get healthy on defense, I think. Because we can manage the dots and loss on offense, and it looks like we're almost like firing on all cylinders. Think of these past like 4 or 5 games, even with the offense been, 0 interceptions throughout the league. So yeah, I get what he's saying with the comment though.
No, 100%, man, 100%. Hey, and I see y'all talk about Ebron. Yes, Ebron had his thing going, and y'all see my beard still here. Yeah. Shout out to Ebron. Ebron was balling out, bro.
Bro, he really was.
I was balling out, man.
Some really good catches.
Let's go, Ebron.
Some really good catches. Yeah, you got to give him props.
Let's go, man. Beard's still in effect, man. Come on, Ebron. Look, I'm actually starting to like my beard. So, Ebron, don't hurt me, all right? I need another one this week, baby. Come on.
Let's go, UW. Should the Steelers go after Lane Kiffin to replace Canada as OC? It just seems like he's over his head, especially in the red zone. It's frustrating. Lane Kiffin. I'd like Doug Peterson, if anyone. Or Haley. Bring back Haley.
Oh, man. Funny. Nah, ain't even good. Shout out to them boys, though. Shout out to them, man. But I don't think Canada's over his head. I do think, though, we had these same issues a year ago as well. The field, when it gets condensed, it's harder to run some of the things that we like to run. And our biggest issue right now is being able to win consistently up front. Teams that are able to win consistently up front, you just are more multifaceted when that field gets condensed, especially in the red zone. And that opens up a lot more for you. Whereas for us right now, teams aren't necessarily worried about us blowing them off the ball. I mean, we talked about how bad the Chargers defense was statistically, right? We weren't talking about Najee having less than 50 rushing. We were talking about, could this be a 150 type of game? Could this be a 200 type of game? Because we said, we said not only were they just bad schematically at times, but we also were like, they don't tackle well. Like, they do a lot of things poorly, kind of like how we talked about us at times in our run defense. But we saw, even with that, our O-line could not get consistent movement up front. We couldn't get consistent holes up front. So when you start playing in the red zone and now the vertical threat is taken away, well, now you're stuck because you can only go sideways so many times. And that's the part where I think we're in the red zone, why we're struggling and why we struggled in the red zone a year ago. I mean, we talked about these things last year. It was like, why are we so bad in the red zone? Why can't we get scores in the red zone? But it starts up front. And if I'm on defense and I'm not worried about you guys moving me off the ball, well, I'm going to make sure we drop 8, or we're going to make sure that we at least have 7 back there. And then after that, I'm going to let my 4 guys in this box take care of business. And until we consistently win those type of matchups, when we have the numbers, it's always going to be a struggle in the red zone.
Because I don't know if you heard this on the broadcast. Maybe some people were thinking that Collinsworth was taking a shot at the play calling and what we were doing in the red zone. Whenever Najee scored his touchdown, they were like, whenever you have a back like this is what you're supposed to do in the red zone. But I'm with you. It's like, almost, what else do you want us to do? Because if we run it 3 times, I'm going to be pissed off.
Because we see, like, how hard it is for even Najee at times to even get those yardage. You know what I mean? Like, for that to be, the play that wasn't even then, you bring in Banner, right? You had to go extra big, right? You extra O-lineman type.
He intimidated Bosa. You see that? Bosa didn't want anything to do with it.
He won't even. That wasn't even his man. He was going into the linebacker, man. I like how he checked that. He was real.
You see that?
He was attention to detail. I was like, dang, Banner, he's supposed to just headbutt somebody real quick, just for the cause, man. But he was very fundamentally sound right there. It was good to see.
Yeah, I think with Canada, I don't know. That's not really my takeaway right now of like ripping on him. If anything, I thought our offense looked pretty good throughout most of the game.
Because I'm like,
it's more the offensive line. I'm with you.
Yeah, because I said, man, was there success with the 2-minute? Absolutely. And we said, man, there's certain things that when Ben is able to call the no huddle and it's not an elongated thing, you could catch a defense off guard. You can have success on him, and he did. But we're not going to act like they were moving the ball for 4 quarters against this defense. We're not going to act like the passing concepts that we're drawing up weren't having guys wide open. Deontay and Claypool wide open.
Yeah.
That is Matt Canada. So we can't say we want to hang him and cut his head off for these red zone things and act as if he's the worst coordinator ever, when all of these other positives that we're speaking on with this offense took place largely because of him. That's my only thing with it, man.
Yeah, we ran another failed jet sweep. I think it's done. I think it's once you hit mid-season, you can't do it anymore.
Man. I like the one to Ray.
Was there one to Ray?
Ray. It was like a jet sweep reverse type thing. Ray gets it. He was about to get tackled for like 5-yard loss, but he ends up getting like 6. He made a guy. It was gonna be.
Was like it just that one and the Claypool one?
Because it was gonna be like a 5-yard loss, and he like finds a way to just get up there. I'm like, I don't know how you made that happen, bro.
You're right. Once he got the handoff, he was like 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Yeah, and then the Claypool was bad. But I think that's what it is. Once it hits like week 10, we can't do the jet sweep anymore.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know. Could you do a little better? Yeah, I think everyone probably could, but I'm not ripping on Canada like that. I think it's way more due to the offensive line.
Because with Peterson, it'd be similar things, man. You'll look good in between the 20s when the field is open, right? Because you have to play it more honest. But until you're able to consistently get those short yardage, consistently win the line of scrimmage, once that field is condensed, man, it's always going to be a tougher road for you.
Black Lavender. It says current starting linebackers.
Oh, yo, wow.
Joe, Alex, TJ, and Ray Charles.
Hey, say.
Who's Ray Charles?
Oh, man. I think he was like number 55 when he was playing the piano. Yeah, he used to wear like a little 5 stitch on his lapel. Yeah. Oh, man. All right.
Oh, do you just want to talk about Bush right now?
All right. Can we wait? Can
sure.
I can stall. I want to stall. I want to stall.
We got another super chat.
Yeah,
Stephon Ball.
We'll stall.
You the man, Moats, for that shout out.
Oh yeah, man. Had to get the name right, bro. Absolutely,
smash that
man.
like button. Do feel better than the Lions game.
Hey, respect. First off, man, shout out to you, man. Absolutely, man. Major love on that. I'm glad that we got the name correct. You know, Stephon Ball. I like it. But yeah, man, definitely hit that like button for the culture, for the algorithms, for YouTube as well. And because just a way to show that y'all rock with the content, right? So we appreciate that. And in terms of the Lions game, in terms of would you feel better? Like I said, man, I could definitely understand that feeling, and 100%. I mean, it makes sense. For me, my biggest thing was just at the end, it was a loss versus a tie. But some people feel like ties just like losses as well. So I can get that sentiment, man. But as a whole, man, eyeball test wise, yes, all 3 phases were a lot better this game.
We got to win these next 2.
That's it. Gotta win.
Keep it up and get healthy. That's really it.
Like you said, it wouldn't have been as bad if like one of the other teams in the division lost. But with all 3 of them winning, I'm just like,
the Ravens it's just getting annoying, dude. It's getting really annoying. Well, we play them twice, so we'll take care of business when we play them.
I'm gonna say Baltimore wins with the backup quarterback, and then you got the Browns. I'm just like, how did y'all even? I don't get it.
Bengals beat the Raiders. Yeah. That was a good game by them, though, right?
Yeah.
Because I didn't watch it. I just saw some highlights. Caleb Cool. A lot of nasty hits in that game. Not called. Almost lost Harris twice.
Oh, yeah, he got fired on. I thought the first one he got hurt, but he was all right.
Also, the big game by Deontay on the slant. He ran out the clock, kept running. SMH.
Yeah.
What one's he talking about?
I don't remember off the top of my head. But I like Deontay's game, though, a lot, man. I thought he was I like his route running this game, in particular the touchdown that he had. The one that was like right in our end zone, bro. He was filthy with the route running on that, bro. I'm looking at the route. I'm like, yo, that's A-B. That's all I kept thinking of myself. Like, Lord, kill him. Dang. He had some plays. You think about the one-hander that he had with Ben. It was like right around midfield when he threw it, probably 20, 30-yard catch or whatever. That was a nice one, too.
He didn't even know it was
coming. Yeah, just right in the pocket. I'm like, bro, let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, that fade ball was clean, though,
crazy,
too,
bro.
to Deontay in the back end zone on the touchdown. And then, he had one of those. I don't know if we're talking about the same thing. There was a slant across the middle he took for like a good 30, 40 yards. Claypool had one of those, too, that we mentioned. And you could credit, I guess, Canada to that for some of the schemes. Richard Arbizo. Ben is biggest key to the team, but the drop-off on D is bigger without Watt than the offense without Ben. If we want, I'm with Deke that 7 is the GOAT, LOL. Bro, missing Watt, Joe Hayden,
and Minka.
And Minka. That's huge. Yeah. That's huge. Like I mentioned, like it's almost like what else do you expect? You know it was going to be a struggle.
Those are your 3 best players at 3 crazy positions in terms of edge rusher, corner, and safety.
Well, plus Loudermilk even too. Like we got, I'm watching the replay right here. We got on TV. Like we had Mondo out there. We got Tuska out there. 50 like dudes I'd never even heard of playing. So whatever, man. Let's just get healthy. That's the thing. I don't think there's anything long term to necessarily take away from this on defense. Now, I guess we're seeing some of the things with Devin Bush consistently show up, but in terms of other stuff, I just don't think they put up that many. If we have TJ, Minka, and who else am I missing out there? TJ, Minka, and Joe Heyward. Yeah, I don't think they put up that many points. Now, yeah, do they still get in the high 20s potentially? I just think it's a different game, though.
I do as well, solely because if TJ's out there, he's going against their right tackle. What was his name? 74. He was the bad one. Like all the action that was happening, he was involved.
Taco wasn't doing shit. Let's just be real.
But when Alex got over there on 74, he would cook him.
Yeah, he had a good game too.
And my issue is this. It was like, part of me, I'm a little upset that they waited that long to identify it. Because Alex going against Slater, I mean, he had the one spin which was really good. But as a whole, Slater is Slater. Slater's a really good young tackle in his league. But to me, it was a drastic mismatch when Highsmith went to TJ's original side and was going up against the right tackle 74. I'm drawing a blank on his name. But anytime he was over there, he would cook him. Like, it wasn't even close. And for me, I'm just like, man, why not just stay there and put Taco and Tuska against Slater? Because Slater is going, I mean, like, Slater is doing his thing over there. But it's like, yo, why not just let you just cook and dominate this game? Because when he was over on that side, he was having just crazy impact. And that was one of the things that I thought, man, if you see that could have changed it. But if TJ's out there, and if Highsmith is doing that, TJ would have looked even more insane. So I do think that would have changed some things a lot as well, man.
That's the other thing with Joe Hayden. I know we talk about his age and he's up there, but when has he got burned this year? We miss him.
Yeah.
Whenever he's out there with Cam Sutton and you got Pierre's like the third guy, now we don't have Joe Hayden. It's pretty noticeable in coverage because I thought when we try to get creative and throw some pressure at Herbert, there was it was just wide open. He would drop back and like Witherspoon's getting torched. Dudes were just running wide open. But then other times where we try to drop back in coverage, we couldn't get pressure at all because we're missing TJ Watt.
Yeah.
So it was frustrating. It was just frustrating for the defense, but it was just like, oh man, what else can we do? This is who we have out there, man.
But I also think that even with those guys would have been different, yes. But I still think Herbert was going to force our defense to do some stuff that they don't want to do. Whereas the man-to-man coverage, I think we were going to still try to play that type of stuff. So, like, Herbert, you think about Herbert's impact, right? It wasn't just his arm.
It was his legs. Mainly his legs.
His legs killed us.
Because a bunch of the dudes were wide open he was throwing to.
His legs killed us. To me, that wasn't going to change even with TJ being out there. Because TJ, he still does some of the same stuff in terms of like with his rushes where he gets a little bit out of his lanes. And the problem is with Herbert, and you're playing man-to-man defense like our defense wants to do, or even when we're playing zone, we match up and it turns into man. As soon as your rush lanes get out of whack, he's taking off. And I could point down the list of every rusher in this game, whether it was Cam, whether it was Highsmith, whether it was Tuska, whether it was Taco. I mean, we go down the list, all of those guys at one point or multiple times were undisciplined in their rush lanes, and it resulted in a big run by Herbert. So even with, some of the guys out there, I still think that would have been an issue because of how well he could run and how, just knowing our coaching staff, we get a little stubborn with our plans at times where we going to say, yo, it's going to work. It's going to work. And it's like, bro, still got 90 yards rushing. It's not working, coach. You got to stop this. All right.
You talk about being undisciplined in the rushing lanes. You think that was just due to us getting a lack of pressure? No, and those dudes trying to not just force the issue.
This has been on tape. Like, this is how we rush. That's one of the things that we love. But at the same time, when you play against a mobile quarterback, it can kill you. Like, Justin Fields didn't really do it as much. He could have, but he didn't do it as much. But when you play against mobile quarterbacks, you have to be disciplined. Goff wasn't, he's not a mobile guy, so you're not as worried about him, right? Trying to think, who else do we have during this? I'm drawing blank on the schedule right now.
But we had Burrow, we had Carr,
like Geno Smith. I'm talking about during like the
four not game, even
like
him.
Nobody that's
Broncos, Bridgewater,
like that. Whereas like with Herbert, he was the first like legitimate guy who not just could do it, but utilized it. And that was going to be one of the things that it would force us to play a traditional zone defense where you got eyes on him. But the problem with that is these receivers that they have, they know how to sit in the zone. You talk about Keenan Allen, you talk about Michael, you talk about Jared Cook. Like, these dudes know how to win. You know what I mean? So regardless of, certain players being back, I still think they were going to be able to score points on us, man.
Sure. I mean, I just think the tandem of those three guys, though, whether it's Minka and Joe Hayden helping in coverage where maybe the dudes could sit in their rush lanes a little bit better, having TJ Watt, the defensive player, like that, those things have to help, to definitely a certain degree. Like, I don't think the guys are running wide open and there's all these blown coverages as much if Minka's out there and Joe Hayden.
Yeah. But see, the only reason I say I think it is because not all of it was blown coverage. They got guys that were going to win. Like Joe Hayden, I love Joe. That's my guy. Joe's not going to cover Keenan Allen for 4 quarters. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, there are guys we're going to get.
But I think it's much better than having Witherspoon out there.
No, 100% is better. 100%. But
and Pierre's obviously, he's going to play, and Norwood's going to play. But to have them all of a sudden be like your second cornerback or your second guy is different than being your third or fourth guy in a utility role.
I agree with you. I just don't think we had anybody that was going to just match up with their receivers. Like,
at the end of the day, it didn't really matter because we were up 37-34 though. That's the craziest part about it. With how the game played out, like, you would take that any day going into this.
I personally want it. I don't want them scoring that much on us. But
just the concept of being up 3 though with 3 minutes left, having the ball.
But to me, less about the secondary because, like I said, I didn't care if it was going to be Joe out there or if it is Witherspoon. Like, those guys, I thought they would win their fair share. To me, the big issue was 5-5 on Eckler. That's the difference. No, seriously.
We just getting into it now.
4 touchdowns. I mean, what are we talking about here?
Yeah.
And I mean, it was a highlight. It was a one-on-one matchup. So even with Joe Hayden being out there, Joe's not guarding Eckler. Even with Minka being out there, Minka's not guarding Eckler. We knew who was going to have to guard Eckler. And he just wasn't good enough. I mean, it was bad at times. It was really bad at times, man. Like, to me, that was going to be an issue still. Like, with all these other pieces around, we didn't have that answer. And that was something that they could have exploited even more. They didn't, but they could have done it even more so. And like I said,
they didn't run the ball that much.
They did not. They did not. And it was just like when they wanted to, they
had 10 yards a pop.
Yeah, but they didn't have to. And that's the thing for me. I'm like, we bring these other pieces in. Okay, does that make them just resort and say, okay, we're really going to go and feature this guy? Because 5-5, I mean, let's be real about it. He wasn't stopping him. Like, his vision was really bad at times. Like, really bad at times. I don't know, man. I don't know.
Where do we go from here?
Yeah. I'm personally ready to just make the switch and have Spillane get those snaps.
We're at that point.
I mean, because this is my thing. It's like, all right, how many times do we have to talk about the same things? Vision, riding blindly. We'd always have a coach. He's like made like a blind dog in a meat house because he's just running. I'm like, yo, there's nothing telling you to trigger downhill full speed right now. Why are you doing this? The play is going away. You cut off the backside pursuit. You're not in your gap. Then you're not even the secondary contain. Like, you're killing us. You know what I mean? And that doesn't even count for when, okay, you actually do read the play right, but now that you're in coverage, you get beat to your leverage side.
Oh, yeah. Like, what you're talking about, the inside pass for the touchdown?
That's the other thing. It's like, bro, it's man-to-man coverage. You're sitting on his inside. You are supposed to be on. You cannot get beat across your face. You have zero help over there. And it's like, I'm watching him, and your eyes aren't even on your work. Your eyes are in the backfield. You're not playing zone. You're playing man. If you're in a zone eyes equal, you stare at the quarterback so you can break on him, right? When his hand come off the ball, now we're triggering. But when you're a man, you can't look at the quarterback. You got to look at your work unless you can touch that guy with your elbow, not even your hand, because your hand is too far away. He might step away. Now you out of reach. You go elbow. So now if the ball's out there, I can still extend. But you're watching them, and I'm just like, what are you looking at? Why, like, where is your attention to detail in some of these calls? And I'm not going to sit here and act like I know the responsibility on every single call because, I mean, for the local people, they don't know what I'm talking about. You know, some people, you can't critique them without knowing the full call, offense, defense, and I get that. But when you are watching the actual defense and knowing just the puzzle of it, it's like, bro, that's on you. Like, that can't happen. That is one of the cardinal sins. Like, every defense has a cardinal sin. It's like, hey, if we're in this coverage, you can't get beat there. If we're in that coverage, you better not get beat here. And it's just like, bro, you're in one. You can't get beat across your face, baby. That cannot happen. And it's just certain things where it's like I said, it just keeps popping up. Regardless if we're talking about week 1 or here we are now. Was it week 12? Is it week 12 now? It should be week 12 coming up, right?
What's our record? 5-4-1. So it's 10. We had the bye. Yeah, it's going to be week 12.
Week 12. So here we are, week 12, and we're having the same issues coming up. And it's like, all right, if you don't respond to your snaps being reduced, right, with Spillane being out there, okay, well, that didn't send the message to you. So what has to happen? What's the next thing you could do? Okay, man, let's have Spillane start one game. Let's just see if that lights the fire up under him, because talent-wise it's still there. I mean, it's funny. I'm watching the game again. I'm like, dude, I mean, the play you made, that was a nice play right there. That looked good. But then you're just like, bro, you got 4 in a row of like, what are you doing? So you got a tight end blocking you. Like, bro.
You talking about the
touchdown? It's like, bro,
yeah, the touchdown run.
It's Jared Cook. Like, what are we talking about, bro?
Didn't
like,
even move.
If we talking about Jared Cook catching a pass on him, hey, I'm fine with that. Jared Cook, you a big man. Yo, we know you can catch. Remember, I even joked. I was like, yo, if you want to take the receiving yards on Jared Cook, go for it. As a joke, right? But Jared Cook cannot block you. Like, it's a tight end. He can't block. Like, and that's the mentality, or it was the mentality in terms of being a linebacker in Pittsburgh. It was like, yo, you can never let a tight end block you. Like, ever. It's disrespect. Like, you see how Highsmith and TJ treat tight ends. Like, bro, if a tight end is on you, bro, it's a spit in your face. Like, nah, you better bring help ASAP. But to just see that, he's like, yo, what are we doing here? Like, give me a little bit more effort. And that's the part where it's like, it can't be vision. It can't be you're seeing it wrong and effort and tackling and this and like it's too much adding up right now. You know what I mean? It's like, I get the expectation. I get we want to keep waiting, but I'm like, bro, how many weeks we waiting? Like, eventually it's going to keep costing us. And we can't have that. Just think if Eckler has one less touchdown, or just think if we get one more stop in there, it changes everything. It's a totally different game. But to me, it's just like, man, we're getting to that point where it's just happening too frequently, man. And I'm starting to wonder, like, is it going to get better? Because, like, for me, after so many weeks, I'm like, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I'm not opposed. It's whatever helps the defense, whatever helps the team get these stops. If it's Spillane, we get in there, and because how many times this season too have we given up way more on the ground than we probably should have? Yes, Alex Collins, 100 yards. Now, who do you want to attribute that to? Whatever, you could go game by game with that, but it's been, the past 3, 4, 5 weeks we've been mentioning Bush and some of his assignments and just various things that come with it. I mean, it's 3 or 4 different things too.
Like I say, it shouldn't be happening at this stage of the season. Whether you want to attribute it to the knee, whether you want to attribute it to the lack of preseason time, whether you want to attribute it to him being young, it's just like, you can't be making these type of day one. Like, and when I say day one, I'm saying in the sense of like this Steelers defense, we're taught it's certain, every defense, like you said, has a strength and a weakness. So before we even get into the intricacies of the defense, that's the first thing we're talking about. Yo, you can't lose here. This is where we want the ball to go. Because every defense is going to have just strength weakness where you want to funnel it to. And it's like, you have to know these things. But yet it's almost as if like he goes out there and he's either mixing them up or hasn't really like thought it through, and he's seeing it for the first time, and it's hurting him. It's really hurting him, man. And in turn, it hurts the defense. Yeah. But it's frustrating because he's still like, bro, talent-wise, it's crazy because it's like, yo, you can get to the ball. You can do these things. Like, you are gifted athletically, but I just don't know mentally where he's at with it, man.
I had something I wanted to bring up, and I lost my train of thought. If I remember, I will bring it up because I thought it was kind of important to do with Bush. I can't believe I forgot it. All right,
man, let me read on my 5-5, man. I feel bad over here, man. That's my guy, man.
Let me read through these super. Actually, I think it jumped on me. You might have to.
All good.
I'm at Mike Matizic.
Okay. All right, so I'm 3 ahead of you.
Okay.
Or 4. Oh no, I got a couple more ahead of you. Excuse me. All right.
Is this kind of the vibe? Just read through these and spin off them because, like, I feel like we're covering it pretty good too.
That's what we've been doing, man, and we'll keep it going. All right. Next we got Caleb Cole. Caleb Cole says a lot of nasty hits in that. That was what you just read. Yeah, we're good. Richard Arbizo. Richard says Ben is the biggest key to the team. We did that one. We did that one too. Oh man, so we're good, bro. See, I wasn't even paying attention to where we were at on these chats, man.
It happens.
All right, now we're good at Brian Q55. All right. Moats, Deke, what's good? Hope you tried some LA Mary J. Hey, might have been some research going on out there. Might have been a lot of research going on out there. We can't confirm nor deny said research. I'm very scared about Bush, and I think it's time to bring in L. Bell. Now you were on the L. Bell train first, man.
Yeah, I'm still good with that because we even saw in this game, Najee banged up a little bit. I don't really want to see Benny Snell out there. I mean, I'm good with giving Balaj a chance, but I don't have that much confidence in him. So yeah, I'd rather see Bell. I think it's still a good play.
Like I said, I think he still can play well. Not like vintage L. Bell, but for me, I tell you, my biggest thing is just I feel like he's too on par with what Najee does. Right. Kind of like what I said with Balaj and Benny.
But remember, McFarland's inactive again.
I know, but remember, that's what I said. I was like, yo, when you watch Benny, when you watch Kalen come out there, it's almost like the defense gets to take a breath because you're running the exact same style plays with a lesser version of that player that the plays were designed for. So you watch the defense when Benny comes out there, when Kalen comes out there, and it's like, all right, that was a cool little run, but it doesn't hit the same, man. As a defender, you can feel the difference. And for me, with L. Bell, he just fits that same mold of, is L. Bell an upgrade over Balaj and Snell? Sure, you can make the case for it, but he's still going to be a drop-off from Najee. So once again, like I want him to be something different. Like, and that's why McFarland makes so much sense. But McFarland, I don't know what's going on with him. Maybe you can't get injured and come back. Maybe that's why him and Banner be like,
I don't know. Yeah, is he in the doghouse?
Or they go get an opportunity? Like maybe that's the situation. I don't know.
Is there any reason like Tomlin doesn't like him? I don't know.
I don't know, bro. It's just crazy. I think he was a Maryland guy. He's supposed to like Maryland guys.
Yeah, I don't understand. Like what happened from Cleveland Browns game where as soon as he got activated from IR, he got a helmet. And then the next however many games, he's not playing.
Who was hurt that week?
At running back?
I'm trying to think. Was there any running backs down that week?
I don't remember.
I don't either.
Was Balaj hurt? Snell hurt? I don't think either of those guys were hurt.
I don't remember.
But it's just strange for him to get that role and actually get snaps. How many snaps did he get? He probably got like 6, 7, or 8 snaps.
Yeah, he got his opportunities.
4 being his first game back from IR, and then for him to just disappear, it is strange. It's really strange, actually.
Yeah, but to me, that's the only reason why I say no to the L. Bell, just because, like I said, I want something a little different. I want that speed element because that is going to make your coordinators have to plan for something else, make the defense have to think about something else. And in turn, it's going to only help Najee even more because they can't just solely focus on his game. They got to respect, when this guy comes into speed up, this is a little bit different right here. Yeah, but I can see you being scared about Bush, man. To an extent, I'm starting to get there, bro. Because, he just got to play better, man. He has to play better.
Mike M.
Is that where you're at? Nope. I got 3 before you get to Mike Matizik.
All
right. Bag R Brandon. Bag R Brandon says, Moats, stop stalling. Let's talk about Bush. Hashtag take 5-5 back. Yeah, we talked about him. I feel like we're going to keep talking. He's going to keep coming up, man.
Okay, dude, let me get this out because I just remembered what it is. I was going to say about Bush. I guess one of the cases someone could make for Bush's poor play recently is just the lack of talent around him. But that's not really what you should be looking for a guy of his stature, where he's drafted, his talent. You get what I mean? Not having not having even our backups like Loudermilk, Tyson Alualu out there too. That can't help.
My response is simple. When I'm watching the plays, if it's a play where I feel like, all right, that's on a D lineman, I don't even fault Devin Bush for those. I honestly don't.
Cook's the example, though.
No, but Cooks is coming from the tight end position.
That's what I mean. That's why it's a bad play on Bush.
Exactly. I'm like, that has zero to do with talent around you. That's your assignment. Hat in hands him and be physical. And it starts with your mentality that it's a tight end. Tight end don't want to play. Tight end don't want to be on defense. That's why they play on offense. You know what I mean? A tight end is a D end that don't want to hit. You put him on offense, now you got big body athlete. That's the difference right there. So to me, I'm like, bro, you got to just have that mindset that I'm going to put my face through your face. You know what I mean? And you're going to blink first or go sleep first. Like, that's what it is. And you're watching some of these plays and it's like, that's not the mentality always. Like, less about who's around you, less about even if your technique is wrong, I don't even care about the technique sometimes. It's like, just show me that you want to be physical. Show me that you actually want to make a play, that you're not content being blocked. That's less about assignment. That's just desire. Is that not?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even think like that's something that we're like trying to ask too much of. But we can all see a difference between a guy that's fighting like Cam Heyward, for example. You watch Cam and it's like, bro, this dude Cam 50 yards downfield trying to make a play. This dude falling over people trying to make a play. He's trying to do whatever it can to make a play. He always said the same, he played like his hair is on fire, right? Because he's like, just out of control. He's just going. He's going. But then you watch 5'5", and it's like, it's a noticeable difference between the effort with 5'5" and the effort with a guy like Cam Heyward. One guy is trying to do whatever it takes to make a play, even when Cam's technique is bad. And sometimes it is bad. And be like, Cam, bro, I don't know what you was trying to do right here, big dog. I love the effort, though. But with Devin, it's like you don't get the same type of vibe. You don't get that same type of, I feel like I got to do whatever it takes to get there. And that's the part that's also frustrating, because I can understand, okay, if the guards are getting blown back or the D-line's in your face, hey, man, cool. But that hasn't been the case. Even when we talk about Mondo won't get blown off that ball like that. It won't like Devin was playing back here and he got D-line. Like, we've seen that before. That sucks. You trying to shuffle and read, and it's like,
Yeah, Mondo's just not doing anything crazy.
Right. Mondo might not getting splashed, but he's not getting washed. He's doing his assignment.
Yeah, taking on a couple guys, just being in the mix.
Isaiah Bugs, to me, is playing well. So I get the names aren't out there. But it's not as if it's this drastic, oh, man, he's in just such a firestorm. He can't read it. Like, no. And then I'm like, bro, you 8-9 yards back there sometimes. Like, I'm like, bro, you deep as heck. You should be able to read this and be flying downhill. And it's like, you don't even do that. So I get what we're trying to do to make it better. But
no, I just wanted to present that argument because I'm not trying to make those excuses. If Spillane's in there and he's playing better, that's what we need to do then.
That's
because that's who we got out there right now.
That's my thing, bro.
Yeah, it can't be that the whole time. It could be whenever we were talking, maybe 4 or 5 games ago, you brought up a couple cases of like, he just needs more snaps. He's talented, just missing things here and there. And then we could talk about us missing Alualu or missing a couple defense line. But at this point, I'm with you. It's just like, bro, if you're not getting it done, we need the better guy out there.
Yeah, and that's the thing, because it's like, how long do you wait on the talent? That was one of the things that we'd always say in the league. We're like, bro, potential would get you fired. Because if you're a coach, you'll keep waiting on him because of the potential. And that's what you always hear me talk. I'm like, bro, I don't care about potential. I want productivity. Like, it's plenty of guys that have potential to be great players. Plenty of guys that have potential to be Hall of Famers. But if the productivity doesn't match, you just got a great athlete who's not doing anything for you. And that's how you get fired. That's how you have bad defenses. So eventually it's going to get to that point where that conversation is legitimately going to be had. It might have already started being had. I mean, clearly it has when they started putting Spillane out there. So it's like, how much longer until one of these two things break, whether it's Devin picking it up and being a way more consistent player, or them saying, hey, look, man, you're costing us too much. We got to go with the less talented player, but the guy that is at least going to give us consistent productivity. It might not be to your level of what you're capable of, but at least we know it's here. It's not going to be this.
Yeah, we ain't even getting any
splash.
Like,
I'm like, if you're giving a splash, we don't mind splash if you're getting beat, right? You give us a forced fumble, you get us a tackle for a loss, a pick, PBU. But it's like, we're not even getting that right now. Like, I mean, Spillane even had a sack. Granted, he got called back, but it's like, there you go.
Oh, yeah. That was a nice play by
You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how they've been using him. They're like, okay, we're going to just feature you as an extra rush guy. And he does a good job with that. But it's just like, the potential with Bush, man, is only so long you can hang your hat on that in this league. It's not like he's a rookie anymore.
Yeah. For this season, I think you got to be more apt to make the decision. With us being 5-4-1, we got 2 big divisional games coming up.
Because we're getting to that part, man.
There's that, but I don't think you write him off for his career.
And I agree, but this is the
bring him back next year.
This is what you're running into, 5th-year option time.
Right.
So now
next year's what, his 4th year? When do you make that decision?
You make it going into this 4th season. So you're going to have to make that this off season.
So
that's a major commitment.
His 5th-year option, what, like 8, 9, 10 million, probably something like that.
Easily, yeah.
With where he was drafted.
That's a major commitment for Devin Bush. Unless you feel like his play is warranted $8, $9, $10 million.
No, I'm just thinking you could probably like with Edmonds, we declined his 5th-year option, but there's still a case that he's coming back.
Okay.
So I think Devin Bush could play his way back if he does come back for the 4th year. Like if it plays out where he's either playing bad the rest of the season or we do end up benching him, but we have him back for the 4th year, like I think he could play his way back into us giving him a contract. 3-year deal, whatever it is. Like I just don't think bringing him back next year, that doesn't necessarily mean we have to make a huge commitment to him.
I'm not following. Are you saying based on how he's playing right now?
No. Oh, I never said that.
Just came off.
No, you bring him back for the rest of his rookie contract, 4th year. You don't give him the 5th-year option.
Okay.
But if he plays good next year, it's not like we lose him or anything. If he
plays good, yeah.
That's what I mean. I don't think.
That's what I was like. What you mean we're going to extend him after this play? Like, no.
I don't think we have to give him the 5th-year option, or the 5th-year option even determines whether we have him long term if he starts playing good again. That's all.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was like, man,
I don't think we have this big commitment that we have to make right now. I think that's more or less down the line.
Yeah. All right. So I got 2 more before I get to you.
Works for me.
All right. Joey Gonzalez. He says, man, I got videos with Deke and Moats, and I had them sign my terrible towel and made a signed NFT on Snapchat. And we did. Way. No, that was the dude. When we signed the picture, remember? And you was like, yo, have you ever signed on the phone before?
Where's it at? Where's the NFT?
I don't know. He says, good time getting behind the scenes, though, man. That was a blast, man. Heck yeah, definitely enjoyed it, man. Hope you enjoyed it as well.
Yeah, first time I signed a phone.
Yeah, that was a dope little vibe, man.
That was fun.
All right. Then we have James Martin. James Martin says, what up, Moats and Deke? Been watching for over a year. The show gets better and better. You guys should let upper room members be guests on the show. Well, technically, y'all are kind of guests on the show, especially on Mondays or Tuesdays when we do our Get It Off Your Chest segment. That's where y'all can call in and play some of those later in the show. So technically, we got that part. The reason why I haven't just opened it up all willy-nilly is because I'm nervous that y'all gonna get us kicked off of YouTube. Some of these voicemails y'all be leaving, I'm like, bro, I gotta play this on air, right? Like, it's certain things I can't play on air. And if I just, have it all willy-nilly free live, I'd maybe a little nervous. So yeah, that's all. But we're gonna work around it. One of these days, we're gonna have like a third producer in here or something like that to help us out.
Mike Matizic, am I up
Yeah,
here?
we're there now. Yep, we're good.
Bush could be playing scared of another injury to his knee.
Mm-hmm.
He's being too cautious and doesn't seem hungry to get in the mix or dive in the pile.
Yeah, you hit on it in terms of not being hungry to get in the mix, dive in the pile. Yeah. Bite an ankle, something, right? Get in there. But
that's the question, is it his knee?
But this is my thing, man.
Who knows?
If you're playing scared, if you're playing not to get hurt, newsflash, that is how you get hurt in the NFL. It's one of those things that you play this game 100%. In terms of the speed, or you will get hurt. It's only a matter of time. You can't play scared. You gotta just play the game. And the only time I've felt like Devin has been cautious is when it's guys falling around the pile. And that makes sense because you just want to protect your knees. I get that. But in terms of him in the flow of actual plays, right? Whether it's coverage, whether it's running the alley, whether it's shuffling and staying square, those things to me aren't knee related. Those things to me are more vision related and just trusting what he is seeing in terms of the angles and stuff like that. That's to me the part where he's struggling the most. Like, I don't have the biggest issues. I really don't care if he wants to dive on a pallet. Then, like, I like it because that's, how we were taught here in Pittsburgh. Just, you always want to get something, all those hits add up. That's what our mindset, right? Think about like body blows. But if he doesn't want to get into that, I can understand that. But it's the other things where you got to be better. Your tackling has to be better. Your run fits have to be better. And just your overall physicality at the point of attack, because that is causing this defense to get gashed at times. And it's not all on Devin. I don't want that to, I don't want that to be mixed up in this, when we're talking about him, because it's not all on him. It has been other guys at other moments, but it's just he's been the most consistent in terms of having his flaws show up. And part of it is because of the position he's in, right? When you're playing that middle linebacker spot and we're going to isolate you on some of these running backs, we're going to, run some defenses where it's one-on-one in the run game. You got to make that guy in the hole and make the play. I mean, we did it with a guy like we did it with Shazier. So for me, I'm a little biased because I've seen it work. I've seen when you have a guy that can go sideline to sideline. I've seen when you have a guy that doesn't want to be physical initially, but then starts to get physical and starts to grow and understand. I've seen that development. So that's another reason why I'm a little slightly harder on Devin, because like, bro, I know you can do it. I've seen another guy do it. That's what I'm saying. But yeah.
Got another comment on Bush. Bush is just not ready mentally with that knee. His confidence is shot, but I don't think Steeler Nation should call him a bust. Sitting him is, they have like hands up in the air. Jordan after hitting his 6 threes versus Portland kind of emoji. I don't know what that means though. Sitting him is up in the air. It's a thought.
I mean, unless you're fine with his play. If you're fine with his play, that's fine. Like, I get it. That's just, like I said, my expectations is just different. But I could be off. I have been off lately, you know? It's one of the things we communicate around here. So if I'm off on my assessment of Devin, maybe my standard is too high for him. And that could be the case. If that is the case, let me know. Let me know, please. Because I would definitely alter. I don't want to be that guy.
Yeah, I don't want running backs going for over 100 yards against us, 4+ touchdowns. So if that means Devin Bush is sitting and Spillane's in a little bit more, whatever.
I just don't want us to be the team. Like, you know how we talk about Detroit? We talk about the Chargers. We're like, yo, this is a game you should get 200. This is a game you should get 150. Like,
it's what it's looking like as
like,
of late.
bro, if I'm who we play, we got Cincinnati this week, right? If I'm Joe Mixon, you know what I'm talking, bro. This is a 150 game this week, bro. It's a 150 game. Hey, and I want y'all to isolate me on 5-5. Like, that has to be his mindset right now. And I can't fault him for that based on what's been on tape, because that's the beauty of the NFL. And that's why I always tell you, like, anytime we're getting on Ben and stuff like that, it's like, in this league, it's about what you're doing right now. This game, like, what have you done for me? And for Devin right now, it's not looking good. But the beauty is he get another week. This is week coming up. He can go ahead and rectify that. He can go out there and bounce back. No different than what Ben did, man. Think about it. Last time we saw Ben, we were high on him, but not like how we are right now. That's the beauty of the NFL, man. Every week you get a chance to redefine yourself. You get a chance to show people who you are. So, Devin, please, if you get that opportunity this week, take advantage of it.
Next, we have Tommy Vincent.
There it is. We
met
Tommy. Yeah, we met Tommy. Tommy pulled up.
LA was dope. Good to finally
Tommy
meet you guys. Can we all agree Killebrew gets the game ball? Good. He's been a pleasant pickup.
We know who's getting the game ball around here. We know who's getting the game. I've seen my man try to get the game ball after like some not so good performances. So for a fact, after that performance Sunday, he definitely 1000%. We know who's getting that game ball around here, man.
Doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right being a loss, though. It doesn't feel right being a loss. I'll be real.
Oh, you're right. It was a loss. It was like, can't get a game ball on the loss.
It doesn't feel right being a loss. But yeah, if you're going to give it, I guess our quarterback played pretty good.
But could you give it to our quarterback when he wasn't the best quarterback in the stadium? Because that's my other thing.
I think Herbert just had dudes running wide open.
Oh, stop it, bro. They can say the same thing, man. Stop it, man. He put that ball some tight.
Yeah, stats. No, listen, dude. I'm not gonna rip on Herbert at all. He's pretty good. I just feel like if Ben's in that scenario, we're winning that game. He's making all the same throws. That's always my thing. He's not running like Herbert. Granted, I'll give you that. But
so he was gonna be 90 yards short then at the end of the day.
You know what? I think he could have rattled off a 20.
So he'd have been 70 yards short then at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think he could have rattled off a 20.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I would give Ben the game ball.
Yeah, for me, man, I said I was stuck between Ben and Cam Heyward, man. I thought both of those guys were just very impactful, and for 4 quarters. Like, I love what Highsmith did, but I thought Highsmith, it picked up when he started to switch sides more. And you know what I mean? Like, to me, I just thought Cam, it didn't matter. Guard, center, left, right side, he was going to just terrorize. And like the effort plays. But for me, man, it had to be 7. Like, bro, you said out all week. You said, we're working virtual. And you don't even know if you're going to get to play. Now, granted, you're preparing, which is good. But it's like you don't even know if you're going to get to play. And then you get that nod. You come out here and play like that. And, I mean, to me, we talked about the Chargers defense. And we said, man, they got good players, but they have flaws as well. But it was just good to see that, man.
I thought their defense actually played kind of decent.
I thought they played better than
like Asante Samuel. Jeez, oh man,
they played way better than they looked on tape, man. They played way better. Derwin was still that dude. Man, I thought he was gonna get no feet down. I was happy that he didn't get him down for our sake, but I was a little sad because I'm like, bro, that's a play you made.
I'll be straight up. Fryman should have caught that.
Nah, that was big, bro. That should have been a pick all day.
You don't. It was like going through his hands though.
Bro, you talking about the one where Derwin grabs him on the sideline?
Yeah.
In the first quarter.
Yeah.
No,
if you look at slow mo, I think it actually hit Fryman's hands first.
I think it should have been a pick, bro.
It was like slightly behind him here, but like, damn. Dude.
He said ball placement was bad.
No, I just feel like you should catch that. That's all.
It's like behind him.
It is like 6 inches behind, man.
I mean, that's a big deal in the NFL, though. It's the difference between 6 and 13. That's pretty significant.
It's a big difference. And then to count for the offensive line, bro, like you could see Bunn he has to get the ball out quick in some of those scenarios.
Seriously, man.
And that's what I'm talking about with Herbert. Like, there are times Herbert's just sitting back there, like, there's no pressure at all.
To an extent, but I do think that he was under more duress than we were at times. I thought when they got at the end and it was clear we have to drop back and pass, that's when Bosa was going to cook. But it was only one tackle in this stadium that was going to block Bosa, and that was Slater. You know what I mean? Like, when it was those type of situations, I thought that it was clear. But as a whole, I thought that guys like Cam, guys like Highsmith, were consistently getting back there a lot more than per se Ben, because to me, I'm trying to think. I
just think he was getting the ball out quick though. Like
to an extent, he was.
There were moments where the dudes were close.
He
to
definitely
him.
was. Like Bosa, like watching Bosa win reminded me of watching Myles Garrett when we were playing the Browns. Whereas like he's clearly winning,
right,
but we're getting that ball out on time. And I do agree with that. I mean,
Dan Moore's effort against Myles Garrett, dude. Bro. It's one of those things. You're right. With Bush, you want to say, oh, you're not playing good. Just at least show me effort. At least Dan Moore has shown effort throughout this whole season.
Listen, Dan was getting beat yesterday too, him and Chooks, but it was like, they're going to finish. They're going to run behind him and dive and do something. And I'm like, I can live with that. I can't live with you getting beat and it's looking like you like it. You're accepting it.
Because all we can say about the offensive line right now, outside of probably that Raiders game, is that they're just not that good right now. They're not that good. And they've made improvements in the middle of the season,
but I'm fine with
which we talked about. But these last 2 games, it feels like there's been a little bit of a backslide.
Yeah.
But I do think last
in church, you said backslide. Lord, man. Hey, man, we ain't backslide this week. I would chill this weekend, bro. Chill out.
No, so I think a little bit of it last week was due to injuries. Obviously, we're missing Dotson, Trey Turner. Dotson was out this game, but these past few, it hasn't been the same as it was, probably 2-3 weeks ago. There was a stretch of a couple games. I thought we made significant improvements. But yeah, just as a whole overall, I think with the line, we're just like, they're not that good right now.
Yeah, just give me guys with heart. And
but at least they're showing effort.
But for me, when you're going against a guy like Joey Bosa, I don't expect anybody on our O-line to block Joey Bosa. Like, for me, I'm more excited when we do get a block on Joey because I respect Joey's game. Joey, to me, is in that same conversation with TJ as a player, as a passer, like just generational, freaky guys that can just disrupt games. So I fully expected him when they said he was playing. I was like, okay, yeah, he should have some time. He should have a good day today, which he did. But like you said, though, they at least showed heart. They weren't just accepting it. You weren't going to see them, oh, man, Bosa's a blue bomb, and he just kind of sitting there like that can't happen. It's times on tape. It's like, bro, we got you on tape watching. You were part of the crime. You were the lookout. You was looking out. You can't do that.
Brilla 92.
Yeah.
My heart broke for Heyward. He left it all out there just for everyone else to let him down on the defensive side of the ball. Wish they all had his passion.
Man, I hate the fact that the meme, I mean, it looks
punch.
dope. No, not even the nut punch. I'm talking about the one where Cam is running into 2 dudes, are like when it's Mollett and I think Pierre, where they hit each other, and Mollett was like knocked out. He's like
they're just laying down.
And Cam's running there like, this is the prime example of our defense right here. Cam's trying to say right, he looks like a hero. I'm like, yo, it was a crazy picture. But they were knocked out, so I didn't feel as I'm like, yo, they not just laying there. But it's like, dude, it's not a good look. Cam was going hard though, bro. He even tried to beat up a dude. I'm like, yo, Cam, Uncle Phil, what you doing, man? You trying to be nice about it. Like, oh, I would never. Like, bro, you definitely, you gave him a little something, Cam.
It looked like he lost his footing a little bit, but he wasn't trying to stop himself.
He wasn't trying to stop himself.
It definitely is overblown because, like, he was talking to someone else.
Yeah.
And, like, he lost himself a little bit, but then he just
let it go.
He almost used Herbert to land on. We'll put it that way. Yeah.
He said, if I'm going to go down, I'm just going to go and you take that, okay? No, it was all good, man. It was all good. Every once in a while, you just got to, he was probably just checking him. Like, yo, you good down there? You all right? That's it. Friendly.
And it looked like, though, before the whole altercation started with the other players in Heyward, he had Herbert on the ground. He was talking shit to him, it looked like. It definitely looked like he was talking some shit.
Cam, he get a little fired up on game days. let Cam eat, man.
Darius Mayo. Am I on the right track
right
here?
one.
Okay. Yep. What's up, fellas? Got my 2 upper room shirts on the way. I really felt Dotson's impact in that game. Run game would have been better. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Probably. We have Hassenauer out there. Then we bring in Haig, who's typically a tackle. He's in there at guard.
He was playing guard, yeah.
Jeez, man.
Hey, man. It's one of them things, bro. We were not the healthiest, but it's the NFL. Everybody was not the healthiest either, man.
I do think a little bit had to do with the game flow, though, too.
Yeah, to an extent.
A little bit. Yeah, the running game wasn't elite, but there were certain plays we were able to get a few yards, 5-6 yards, but the holes weren't open like we were hoping for going into this game.
But I'll say this, because I have had people, they were upset about the attempts. It's like, oh, man, this is one of the worst run defenses in the league. Like, why aren't you running the ball? When the Chargers got up the way that they did, especially like early on, we weren't running the ball successfully. So you can't just stick with that versus a team where clearly they weren't stopped, right? We talked about the one punt they had was the one they got blocked. Like, they weren't having to punt the ball. It's hard to just run when you're not rattling off explosive runs either to keep on pace with them. So I didn't think they would necessarily, I wouldn't say that the attempts make me feel one way or the other. I just didn't like when we needed to have it in short situations.
Like in red zone, goal line stuff, yeah.
That's the part for me where it was more glaring, was more of an issue. If Seven's playing the way he was playing yesterday, all that balance or the need for it goes out the window. The reason why it's become a need is because he hasn't always played like that. But with him doing like how he did yesterday, man, we can get away with it. We'll be all right. He just got to keep that up. Now, hopefully he does. Hopefully he does.
There's no doubt. Nick Y, Moats and Deke, much love. I feel if we had taken the 3, the layout of the end of the game looks different and balls we trust.
Talking about on that first.
Yeah. I didn't have a strong feeling one way or another on going for it or not. I would have liked the points, but I'm still good with going for it.
Yeah, I like the
aggressive. I think it was potentially going to be a high-scoring game. It was like, let's put our stamp on this one.
Yeah. Early in the game, man, and it doesn't kill you early in the game, but I thought they definitely needed to go for it. I think that was one of those ones, if you kick the field goal and the Chargers keep scoring touchdowns like they were, I think then everybody's getting on Coach T for being too conservative. Oh, you're playing not to lose, this and that. But now he goes for it, and now it's like, dang, man, why we should kick the field goal? I wasn't really opposed to going for that. Hindsight 2020, I think that's kind of like cheating a little bit, man.
Speaking of hindsight, though, I mentioned this earlier. I forgot to bring it up again. But whenever we had the ball tied up, 3 minutes left, we're in their zone. How do you think, or what did you think of that offensive sequence and how we played it out? Because I think we ended up running like 20 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, that was it, and then kicked the field goal, right?
Yeah.
That's
4 minutes. Should we have at least ran the ball once?
I personally would have liked it, but I don't know how successful it would have been at the time. And I think the reason why we came out and through is because we knew, okay, this is a gotta have it run situation. 4-minute offense time frame where it's like, hey, you get 2 first downs here, game is over. I don't think that they believed that they could do that, which is why they tried to, some people say get cute, and try to throw the ball and stuff like that. Because it wasn't even like
we had a slant to Claypool.
Yeah, it wasn't
the other one was a short pass. Washington went out of bounds, and then I think the last one was Ben dropped back. He kind of got hit as he was throwing it. Ended up being short. They threw the flag, but then they took it away.
That's my thing. It's like,
yeah, because I'm with you. What you said earlier, like whatever it takes, you think is going to be the best to get the first down and keep it going. If it's going to be passing, then do it. I do like the concept of just like let's run this and close it out, but I don't know how successful we would have been.
Yeah, that's the only thing, man. Because
at least maybe just the first down, maybe just on first down.
The passing designs, you could tell they were designed to work, not even as a pseudo run, but it was like we weren't trying to dagger them down. We weren't trying to take shots. It was like, we need to pick up some yardage, keep this clock moving. And typically, you would like to run the ball in those scenarios, but that's where we struggle right now. That's no different than a red zone situation. It was like, you got to run it here. Our guys aren't good enough up front to do that consistently for 4 quarters.
Yeah. Cam Letson, sorry to bring up Bush again, but I wonder if he's going through something with his mental health, or he just lost the effort after the injury. Something we don't know.
Hey, man, people brought up his mental health during this all season. I'm staying away from it. You know, it's based on things that we've seen from him and his actions. So, yeah.
Okay. I was at Cam Letson.
Yeah, we on Let's Go UW here.
Let me see if I got it, bro. Let me see. Nope. I'm at Matt Matizic again.
Oh, perfect. So I got 2 ahead of you then. All right. So Cam Heyward says, shouldn't the guy running down a quarterback... Oh, Cam Heyward shouldn't be the guy running down a quarterback. DB's got to step up 100%. But I will say this, man. Since the day I got here in 2014, Cam does this not just on Sundays. He does this on Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays. In fact, man, he was one of the dudes I got upset with, right? Because when I first got here, you know, in Buffalo, it was like, not everybody play with effort in practice. So it was easy to just be the guy run over there and make the play. You're like, yo, I look good on tape. And then you get out here with Cam. You like, Cam, bro, you like ODing. Like, you running 50, 60 yards downfield. I'm like, bro, you gotta chill, bro. Like, what you doing? And I was like, yo, if you ain't gonna do that on game day, don't do that in practice. I'm tired of bringing this up on film. I was hot, bro. But then you get in the game and you're like, all right, you do it on the game day. Okay, I can respect it.
Consistent.
Yeah, because as linebackers, we were always told, like, D linemen can't beat you to the ball. Like, they can't. So if that D lineman run 50 yards, guess what you running? You running 51 yards. You know what I mean? If he run 80, you run 81 yards. And he might go to the sideline and see a D line. He can sub out. You better get back out there. So you could imagine, like, earlier I was like, yo, bro, you tripping. You know what I mean? Like, yo, what you doing here? But it's like, yo, you do it on Sundays. You respect it. But it's supposed to elevate the guys around him as well. It's supposed to make you say, if you a linebacker, like, yo, this big man can't beat me to the ball. And Coach T always says, man, hey, I want big men running. Case in point, Cam Heyward take it off, and I want little men hitting. You look at Cam Sutton when he's hitting these guys on the perimeter. It's like James Pierre. It's like, yo, those are the things that you have to do to rise above, to take that next step, because big guys want to just do what? Hit. They don't want to run. So when you get a big guy that can hit and is willing to run, now you get a Cam Heyward type. Now you get a guy that is going to rise up and create splash plays, special plays, right? We talk about forced fumbles always happen when your D linemen are chasing down. We talk about the 2-hit hits, right? Some of the big hits we've seen him chasing guys down. That's why. Then you talk about little guys hitting. Well, shoot, as a defense, you know, hey, man, when they're running the ball, they want to attack your perimeters. They want to get your corners attacking these running backs. That's what we do with Najee. How many corners and safeties you see having an attack with Najee? They don't want to do that. So little men have to want to hit. You got to get those guys who want to do that. And with Cam, man, he's the prime example of why he's so great and why this defense has played at a high level when they play like him. But yeah, man, hopefully he won't be beating those DBs and linebackers down the field anymore. But knowing Cam, he's definitely going to give him a run for their money, because that's why Cam is Cam.
I think you got one more, right?
Yes. Grayson Brown. Grayson Brown says, Bush tore the ACL week 5 in 2020. This year is technically a sophomore season with an ACL recovering. Tough sledding mentally. I mean, yeah, you can make the case for that, man. I get all those things. But at the same time, man, you can only use that excuse for so long. You can only hold off and wait for so long, not just because of, you know, expectations for him, but because we're in a season. I mean, we're getting to that point now where how many games do we have left? Every game matters. When you're talking about making the playoffs, you're talking about potentially winning the division, trying to make a run for a Super Bowl. We can't keep going that route. That's the only thing. Like, when you keep justifying it, we call that seeking comfort. And the problem with that is you're always going to be comfortable, right? You're never really going to have a hard assessment or hard criticism. And when you continue to feel comfort, you're not going to change because you're not going to feel like you need to. And these results that we've been seeing from him aren't good enough. They do need to change. They do need to be improved. And that's why, for me, I can't keep hanging my hat on the ACL recovery. I just can't. Or the sophomore slump when you're this far into it. Now, because part of me, the other part to that is, okay, you were hurt. Well, how much film were you watching when you physically weren't able to go out there? Mentally, how were you preparing? Mentally, what were you doing to stay engaged? Mentally, what did you do to, make up the slack for the loss in on-field reps? That's a rebuttal to that. You know what I mean? So I get it. It's easy for us to come up with reasons why, but in the NFL, man, you got to come up with reasons to fix these things, right? We need solutions. Yeah.
Mike M. Bush needs that Jack Lambert type of attitude. Maybe have Lambert come in to get his psyche into that type of mentality.
Just got to take some teeth out. You miss your grippers and then you're good to go.
How do we get a hold of Lambert for this?
I mean, he stay around the way.
Is he, or is he just completely off the radar? I don't know.
He's off the radar, but he's close. Yeah.
Would he be willing to do something like that?
I don't know. I like I said,
would Bush be receptive to that too?
Look. Lambert is like a mythological creature. It's like I know where they say like you gotta know certain people in certain circles that know the vicinity. I'm not gonna pull up on him. I don't know the man like that. I'm like, hey Jack, I played that boogeyman. I'm sorry. So.
Brilla 92. Am I tripping, or was Ben calling the plays after he gave Tomlin the look like? Yeah, he went like this. He did the Jordan thing.
Tomlin reversed the Claypool with the jet sweep to Claypool. Yeah, red zone.
I think so. I think so. He's like, "What the hell is this?"
Yeah, he was definitely about it.
And I agree with him on that. If he was, then that's a massive indictment on Canada. I don't know about that.
I think it was just frustrated because you're in the red zone, you need to score, but you don't have a lot of options with this team, and then you're going lateral, and not even lateral in the sense of like sometimes when you get Ben running on the the sprint out plays where he has a run pass option, right? It's only a 3-yard run pass, but still a run pass option. Like to me, I thought Ben was more so like call me a play like that where I got a chance, where we got a chance to do something. You giving it to Claypool in a jet sweep, you're hoping that you fool this backside DM, because if you don't, the play is dead. And what happened in this game? Nobody was fooled. They triggered, and now the play is dead. And I think that was more so the frustration that he was showing. Is like, yo, this isn't going to work. We can't keep going silent to silent. Like, we need something where we are multifaceted, where you have a vertical threat or something that's attacking them right now, where there's a play fake, right? Or I got the ability to throw it or run it. Just give us something to extend it. The second and third options right there is one guy, and if he's right, it kills the play.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Because I was gonna say, because for me, I'm like, just give Seven the play calls, let him do whatever the hell he wants. At the same time, I feel some benefits of the Canada influence in it. So I don't want to just completely just shit on Canada here. I do think that kind of is a BS call right there. Yeah. But I don't think it's like the end of the world. I don't think like Canada and Ben have like this huge beef. Just frustration in the moment would be my guess. Dave Shipley. They lit up 533 yards and 41 points, whatever it takes to fix it. I think it's just get healthy.
Whatever it takes to fix it.
Get healthy and get 4-1 in there, huh?
I just said whatever it takes to fix it, man. I'm just, yeah. Whew.
Joey Gonzalez. Sent sign pick on IG.
Okay,
at
bad.
Joey _ Love y'all some
goats. That's not.
Oh, y'all some goats. His last name's Love.
At Joey, at Joey.
Or the last part of his Instagram handle's Love. All right. Y'all some goats. Oh, thanks, bro.
Yeah, no, respect, man. Appreciate you, man. And we'll be looking for that. All right.
We got calculated snipe. At first, offensive play call was stale until Ben started play calling and made adjustments, started cooking. Played with a lot of heart. West Coast curse. I don't know what the West Coast curse is, but...
You know the West Coast... Because Oakland. Oakland was in the West Coast.
Yeah, we do fine against the Chargers.
We win a lot on the West Coast.
Yeah, it's really Oakland. Oakland will come to Heinz Field and win, though.
Yeah.
Just randomly.
It's weird, bro.
Some of their worst teams.
Or we lose in Oakland. Like, it's always Oakland. Shoot, even the year where we should have blown out Oakland. That was the car year. He came and lit us up a little bit. We won, but that game was back and forth.
At Heinz Field?
That was
Ben got hurt.
Yeah, 15, 16. No,
Landry
16,
came in.
Yeah.
AB, I think, had 280 yards that game.
Yeah, he went berserk.
Literally.
He went berserk, bro. AB, yeah, he was a god that day. He just parted the clouds and came down for a little bit to hang with us.
Black Excellence. Has Banner just not impressed since he returned? And the offense showed up late, but regardless, the defense can't give up points on almost every drive.
Yeah, you can't give up points on almost every drive, 100%. In terms of Banner, it's hard to impress in practice during this stage of the season because practices now are in helmet. I mean, that's the gist of it. If they're in pads right now, it's maybe for 7 plays at the beginning of practice or maybe for like a goal line period. But it's hard to have guys in pads. So in turn, you're just playing, who's the better athlete right now. And not even in the sense of like who's the better athlete between Dan Moore and Banner and all those guys. But in terms of is Dan Moore versus the practice squad, Dan's always going to look good. It's Chooks versus the practice squad. Chooks is always going to look good. So you're not going to surpass a guy or overly impress based on practice at this stage in the season. It's going to have to be game related. So I don't know what the team is necessarily looking for in terms of potentially making that switch, but that's what it's more so going to be right now, because you're not going to get those opportunities. I mean, the guys that are trying to win starting spots in practice at this stage of the season, typically it gets frowned upon, because that's how you get potential starters or other impact players getting hurt, because the tempo is off. You know what I mean? It's like, bro, we just came out of a game. We're not going that speed on a Wednesday when we just played on Sunday night on the West Coast. You know what I mean? So like that part, or on a Friday, we're playing fast, but we're not playing physical. We're not doing too much because the game is on Sunday. We're trying to make sure our body feels as good as it can come game day. It's a different dynamic season practice, late season practice. Right? We talk about week 12. This is late in the year. This is different than like a training camp setting, an OTA setting, or even the first couple of weeks of the season setting. So that's another reason why, like, I think it's going to be hard for Banner to do any type of, wowing in practice as an O-line. If he was a wide receiver, it's different, because you going up there and catching passes on people. It's like, yo, I can see that. If you're a quarterback, you slinging that rock, I can see that. Running back making guys miss, linebackers in coverage, stuff like that. But in terms of just pass blocking and run blocking, we got helmets on. That's it. Don't touch me. You know what I mean? Like, we're going to fit and we're going to make sure it look like how it's supposed to look, but don't touch me, bro. I'm in here with shirt and shorts on. Like, that's just at this stage of the season. So, yeah.
Well, another thing that would have to go into it is he'd go in for Chooks, and then you move Chooks over to left tackle. Yeah. I would assume. Would I do it? Yeah, I don't know how comfortable the coaching staff is with doing that.
And are you more comfortable with Chooks at left tackle over Dan Moore at left tackle?
I'd just like to see Banner in, but I'm assuming that would be the move, unless you're just starting Dan Moore and having Banner in there.
No, what I'm saying is if you move Banner to right, which I think would be the case, the question now becomes, who do you want at left, Dan Moore or Chooks? Which one do you think has been playing better?
I think you give Chooks the chance.
It's crazy how the
he was terrible in preseason. He was terrible. I was like, man, he's god awful. I remember preseason.
Have we fully come back to? It's time to give him a chance.
I don't care. Just put Banner in and leave Dan Moore there. I don't really care. I would just like to see what Banner could bring to the table. You saw how he intimidated Bosa on that goal line, dude. I would agree. I don't think it's coincidence Banner's out there. We're scoring a touchdown on the goal line. Hey, man,
we're going to get a chance to talk to him today. I'm excited about it. He will be joining us, man. Yep. When we get on this call, it was a 12-20-ish time frame, man. So, yeah.
I remember preseason, dude. I was talking about that Moore-Dotson combo, man. Now, well, Dawson's still really good, but Moore, maybe not as good as I thought he was going to be this season.
Hey, you're going to get some dogs.
I think a little bit more of it's in the passing game, though. He looked good in the run blocking.
But in the passing game, he going against them dogs. That left tackle different now.
Yeah.
That left tackle is different. But let's get these last couple supers out, and after that, man, we'll hit these phone lines.
Michael Patrick McCracken, am I good?
Yeah, absolutely. We're good. Yep.
Cam runs him down 40 yards, and Devin Bush is having a hot dog.
Oh, man. No, we were on the West Coast. He was having tacos. All right. Because the tacos out there were absolutely phenomenal, man.
Wow, yeah.
They were phenomenal.
Teddy's.
But that's what was going on. Bush was eating tacos. He wasn't eating hot dogs. No, man, we got to stop this Bush slander, all right? I feel bad. I don't like to talk bad about my guys. You know what I mean? He's a steal it, man.
I still got hope for him, but I just don't want to be giving up hundreds of yards each week, multiple touchdowns on the running backs and stuff. But, we'll see what he does against the Bengals. Because Browns, like, the only thing against the Browns game that was glaring was the touchdown. What was it, a 10-yard touchdown run? Yeah. And I thought he played pretty good other than that.
But we said he played pretty good because they really weren't trying to commit to running the ball.
They weren't, which was surprising. Didn't Chubb only have 60 yards or something?
But we said every time they wanted to run the ball, they gashed us, it felt like. And that's the thing. It was like when teams isolate and make him have to play, make him have to be a playmaker, whether we're talking about running the ball at him or how the Chargers did yesterday, putting him one-on-one against Eckler. Those are the times where he's like struggling. Like when it's like, yo, we're going to see how good you are. Like if I'm Cincy, like that's my mindset. I want to isolate Devin. I don't care about these matches on the perimeter. It's like, yeah, Jamar Chase, we're going to get you some matchups. Is it the return? The rematch versus Pierre? No, I'm messing.
We need Joe Hayden back.
But it's like I don't even care about those. Like those matchups are fun, and they're gonna get their due, and obviously we'll win some and they'll win some. But that's the matchup. If I'm Cincy, I'm like, how can I get 5-5 in coverage against this guy? How can I get 5-5 1-on-1 against that guy until he shows he can play? And that's the NFL. Like, this is not. Trust me, Jerry O But Keith Butler, we're talking about, Mike T, they are having these conversations with Devin right now, because if I'm seeing this and I'm telling you this, like, they know that's how it goes in the NFL. The NFL is a copycat league. If they see you on tape continuing to struggle with this, well, what you think you're going to get next week? This thing right here. The same way the Chargers had that block, they got the punt block with Killebrew starting on the left, doing a little pick and then coming up. You watch the Chargers play next week. Whoever it is when they go on the punt, I guarantee you see that exact same rush. That's what the NFL does. Like, it's not a whole bunch of overly creative stuff. Dang, he was lining up all sides too.
Was he?
Yes.
This was the field goal.
Yes, his head was like,
he hooked that so bad.
Yeah, he's like out there. But as a whole, it's like, man, teams like we all watch tape. That's why you always hear me always talking like, watch tape, because like you're gonna see patterns. You're gonna see, okay, these concepts continue to come up, and they will until you stop it. That's just what it is right now. So for Devin, man, you gotta get it going, baby. Gotta get it going.
Xavier Cunningham, Carl's lack of snaps. Allen better coverage linebacker.
He's talking about Marcus Allen?
Yeah, so I think he's just commenting that Carl maybe could have had more snaps. Mm-hmm. And then Marcus Allen, are we thinking of him as a potential replacement?
We'll put it like this. If you're talking about potentially going Spillane, having a more expanded role, they're already taking Bush off on some of these gotta-have it coverage situations, right? We've talked about some of like the concepts now where they'll have Spillane as a spy or an extra rusher. If you're going to do that, then yeah, I would like some type of balance with the Marcus Allen, so you're not always blitzing the linebacker. Because right now, they're either hug rushing Spillane or they're having Spillane a part of the rush. And that's kind of like their way of covering him up and allowing Herbert to be the guy to like handle the guys that aren't in the core running routes. But just like anything in this league, you do it enough on tape, you can make a play for it. I mean, you can make a play for it. You know what I mean? Like,
I play Madden.
It's like if I show you the same thing over, if every 3rd and 7+, Spillane coming on the field, he's going to be lined up in the core, and he's either going to be matched up on this tight end that's in the core blocking or this running back, and you're going to see him walk around, stay close, and then trigger. It's like, fast release this guy, make him have to cover. Like, it's only a matter of time before they start to pick up on those type of things. So with that, to avoid it being as clear cut, yes, I would rather go back and you know, have Allen come in there a little bit if we're talking about his coverage prowess and stuff like that.
Okay. And
he's always going to have the helmet because of what he does on special teams.
Sure.
But real quick, I did want to address this. Donald Copeland, I did see what you said about Joe Mixon not being Austin Eckler. And I agree. Austin is a different caliber player, 100%. But some of the things that Devin struggles with, and it doesn't matter if it's Mixon or Eckler, is his tackling, is his physicality. Cincinnati, they Joe Mixon is a really good back end.
He had a good game against us,
absolutely.
Didn't
he has a lot more size. It's a different dynamic in terms of how you play Mixon versus Eckler, but Mixon can get it done. Mixon is a problem. Trust me, he's a problem, man. So that's my only thing with that. I get Eckler. He does a little bit more from the receiving stuff and because of his stature, but Mixon is a whole nother handful in his own right, man.
Mikey's the name, 28. I listen a lot, but never live. Coming in from Virginia Beach, the 757.
Hey, shout out to the crib. Glad you're able to catch a live as well.
Love the show so much, and I love how Deke always stands up for 7. I'm a huge 7 guy.
There it is.
Smart men think alike. I think this Mikey's the name knows what's up. He's probably really successful in life.
He's from the crib, 757, man.
Let's go, UW. Still just under 2K left for the Around the 412's Christmas draft. He mentioned that last podcast, right?
He did.
Was there something about the links? Did someone post the links?
I don't know. I didn't see it.
Let's go, UW. Yeah, just post the links because we're all about helping people out.
Heck yeah.
But yeah, that's good. What's the goal on that? Still under 2K left?
412.
But yeah, let us know in the comments. We'll look out for it. Rich Rasmussen. Hay got picked on.
Hay did.
I mean, our whole offensive line. I mean, Kendrick Green didn't have his best game.
I hate to do that, but it was a couple of plays where I'm like, yo, he looked like somebody's little brother.
I think maybe addressing the center position might be a serious thing in the offseason, too, if we keep bringing this up.
Oh, and let's go UW. He said the goal is 7.5 thousand total. That's what he was saying in terms of what's raised.
And they're 2K away.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Everyone's healthy. would you want Hassenauer at center over Green?
Well, put it like this, man. Hassenauer will be stouter, but he's gonna be a little bit more limited athletically, but he will be
like for down the field
yeah,
stuff.
like he's a good player though. Like, and remember I said that when we drafted KJ, I said, man, Hassenauer and BJ are good players, but Kendrick is a better athlete. You know what I mean? But he's also a little bit lighter compared to how those guys are as well, man. I mean, it's not the first time this conversation has been had, though, this season in terms of...
Right now, we can't do it because the injuries. Dawson's on IR,
the injuries
too.
changed it. Yeah. But I was going to say, like, this is not the first... Like, this conversation happened about 2 weeks ago. Yeah, it was legitimate.
Yeah, we brought it up.
This was legitimate. This was a legitimate conversation, and some injuries started happening, and that changed some stuff. But that was very, very real in terms of would that switch be happening, man? Like... Because, like I said, with KG, you have the draft capital. You have... the athlete, right, in terms of like the athletic ability and stuff, but he gives up a ton of movement. Like, you watch him on some of these plays and it's like, bro, you back there with Ben. You watch some of these like legitimately and it's like, yo, you're on skates. Like, no different how we laugh when Cam Heyward is taking some of these guards and centers and he's just driving them back. Watch KG and I'm like,
this is without Linval Joseph and Teller.
Like,
They're two guys. That's what was
yeah.
also a little bit disappointing in the run game, too, where we thought Najee was going to have a big game.
Yeah.
And outside of Bosa, that is also disappointing, the amount of pressure that they were getting, too.
Yeah. Like I said, man, guys like Hassenauer, guys like BJ, they will be stouter. Definitely run game. They'll help you, physicality and stuff like that. They just don't have the movement that KG has, and I do think part of the movement is appealing because of what Pouncey was able to do in terms of how he could move. But it's hard to find a guy with Pouncey's size that can move like how he did as well. You essentially got a guy that's, you know, as big as a guard, but could move like Kendrick Green. Trying to find that combo is tough to do. And I think right now we're seeing it play out a little bit in live terms like, whoa, what we could get for here, we don't get here. But the thing that's appealing about him, we can't even use it in terms of KG's pulling and mobility because we just haven't been consistent enough up front to even say, hey, we're going to get moving so we can pull this guy. We can use that athletic ability. Like, think about how many.
Yeah, we don't know if we're going to get it from the other guys.
Right. With Pouncey, we knew it, man. We're going to block, and then he going to pull around. You can see that dude downfield 15 yards. We're not getting hard down blocks on the perimeter, and then that guy be able to pull smooth. He going to be bubbling all the way back here. You try to do that based.
He'll be hitting in and
you know what I'm saying? Like. So that's the part for me where I'm like, all right, if we can't even utilize, you know, the best asset that he has, does it make sense to go, you know, this route? Kind of like what we said personnel wise, offensively, right? Instead of always playing small ball, now let's go bigger body, 12 personnel. We saw a lot of 12 at times in this game, right? 2 tight ends being out there, multiple sets. So that might be a conversation. Like I said, they've definitely already had this conversation. I don't know what they can do right now just because of the injuries, though. Yeah,
with Dawson being on IR, that's not going to be a conversation for another, 2-3 weeks.
I heard people saying, man, if only would have had Creed Humphrey. I was like, oh, man, that's what we're going down? All right.
He was second round, right?
Yeah.
We would have taken him over Freiermuth. I'm good, dude. I'm good with Freiermuth. Maybe we just should have taken a different player in the third round, but he's still rookie, man. That's not right. I'm off completely yet.
Absolutely. All right, we got one more, then we will hit these phone lines, I believe, because I'm trying to think, was there anything else
No.
I feel like we've covered a lot.
Yeah, we got an upper room member and a comment. That's it, right?
Yeah, so it looks like Destin versus, or Destiny. I was about to say Destin.
I know,
versus.
I was about to say that too.
I told us about to do it, man. All right, Destinations, welcome to the upper room. Yes, indeed, baby.
Damian King.
I like it.
What's up, Art? What's up, Deke? It was good seeing y'all at the tailgate. Steelers Nation took over SoFi. Big Ben and company showed resilience. Hopefully we can get the dub against the Bengals.
Nah, man. It was crazy. Like, it didn't feel like a complete takeover early. I felt like
I was surprised at the amount of Chargers jerseys were there, actually.
It was.
It was probably 60-40 us, I would say.
But that fourth quarter.
When you got the towels going and stuff, it felt like it was 90% us.
Yeah, it got crazy. Yeah. But it was, it was a good amount of Charger fans out there. I was surprised by that, man. It was a good amount of them.
I definitely was, too. We were just louder, though. It felt like a home game in that fourth quarter.
Our energy was insane, bro.
Yeah.
Energy was insane. All righty.
I think that's it.
All right. I think that is as well. So, Oh, I almost got us in trouble. You know why?
Why's that?
Well, we like to take trips. We like to go places. We like to spend money. We can't do any of those things when we don't pay our bills. Okay. And today is definitely a show that is sponsored by one of our favorites. So I need to make sure that I get that up here real quick. You know how we got to get it up every once in a while, right? Make sure we get that up. Shout out to the homies at Manscaped, the leaders in below the waistline grooming. Yes, indeed. But man, we got a couple of awesome things going on with them today. All right. So not just the usual, because we know the main thing is the promo code, which is Moats, right? You use that MOATS, you get 20% off of your purchases site wide, along with free shipping worldwide. But that's not it. That's just not it. Okay. Because we know this time of year it's holiday season. In particular, one of the best holidays coming up is Black Friday, right? All the sales. Everybody get a deal. You get a deal. I get a deal. Oh, we can't forget Cyber Monday as well, right? Cyber Monday. Oh, you get a deal. You get a deal. Everybody got deals. Deals. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Manscaped also is doing a deal, man. They're also doing a deal. So site-wide from the 22nd, which was yesterday, right? November 22nd, all the way to November 29th, okay? The 22nd through the 29th. That's a 7-day span. That's a lot of days right there. You will get 25% off all site purchases. All right. All site purchases for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. That is what they are doing. Still use that promo code. All right. Still use the promo code. So that way you know where you're getting that love from. But you'll get 25% off now. Okay. 25% off during this time because of Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So that is a dope thing that my friends over at Manscaped are doing for the holidays, because they want to make sure that, whether you're stocking stuffings or whatever you're doing, that your stocking is a little, trimmed up and is looking nice and elongated the way it's supposed to be. All right. So shout out to the homies at Manscaped, man. But use that promo code Moats as always.
Thank you, Manscaped, for the quality products.
Absolutely.
And the quality deals.
Absolutely, man. They always showing us love, man. In the words of Trina Still Diva, she used the promo code Moats on every damn thing. That what she said, man. That what she said, man. So we appreciate you, Trina Still Diva 5. Yes, we do. Uh-huh.
All right, we ready for this?
Man, it should be interesting.
Get this off your chest segment.
This should be interesting. I'm a little nervous, low key.
Why?
Because you just never know sometimes, man. You just never know.
What do you mean?
Sometimes I listen to all of them beforehand. Then sometimes I only listen to a few beforehand. I like to call it phone call roulette. Where you just never know what you're really going to get. You be like, hey, hope everything works out with this call. Hope there's no explicits.
These calls will be nothing but top-notch quality.
Oh, yeah, of course, man. Okay, here we go. Oh, that's the music app. We don't want that. I was about to hear some trap stuff. All right. Who do we want to hear from first today? Let's go here.
What's good, guys? It's Jay from Houston. Man, our offense can get it done, man. It's the first time we've seen them put up over 30 points, I think. They're looking better, even with the O-line. The O-line's so trash. The O-line's so trash. But, man, really, we just need to get healthy on defense. I feel like if we were healthy on defense, they wouldn't have had over 30 points. A few missed calls by the ref, but at the end of the day, I don't think those missed calls really affected the outcome of the game. I think the defense's performance and the O-line's performance really affected the game. And you can't put it too much on the defense because obviously without TJ Watt, we pretty much have no pass rush. They're able to focus on Cam and Alex Highsmith and really lock them down. So when we don't have that other edge, just makes it a little bit harder. But overall, I'm happier with this loss than I am with the tie of last week. So it was a good week, man. We were able to put our skills on display on offense. But, yeah, that's it, man. Peace.
I can respect it.
That was a great recap.
I can respect it. My man said the O-line, trash. Yeah. All right. But no, that was a good recap right there, man.
Oh, it definitely was. He hit on everything. There was nuance to it.
That was solid right there. Perfect. That was solid. All right, here we go. Let's see who else is going to get it off their chest.
Hey, Deke and Moats. Hope y'all having a good time in California. I'm not that upset, which surprises me. It was a nice comeback. Our O-line let us down in the end, but we fought back. And this game makes me feel better than the tie did, and that's crazy to me. I don't know what happened to our defense. I know we're missing people, but They're just leaving people wide open. This cannot go on. Okay. Talk to y'all later. Bye. I don't know if I said this. Trina's still divas. Bye.
Stone Mountain, Georgia.
Hawaii.
And was it Trenton, New Jersey? There we go. Had to make sure we got them all in there.
Seems like the whole lost feeling over a tie is a consistent theme here.
Why? I don't get that, bro. I am way higher on a tie because it's a half win versus a whole loss. It's like it's a whole loss. I like the half tie. Like, it's gonna be half a win. It's half.
Yeah, the loss definitely hurts the record. But I do
it makes
think
you feel better.
I think what people are saying is there's things coming from this game that you feel like
way better about.
Are gonna help us for the rest of the regular season and also in the playoffs. Problem is, right now with the AFC wild card, and not even the wild card, even you could even say our division, everyone's so close. Like, to have a loss on your record, that's gonna suck. I think it would suck less if we're healthy. Like, the whole thought of this feels better than the tie goes away if, in 2 days TJ Watt's playing, Joe Hayden's playing. If not, it's like, damn, this is going to be like the same defense again. We're going up against Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase and all that. Like, that's not going to feel good.
Yeah, I would agree.
But with how the offense played and even just how we came back, like, we almost stole the game. We were playing with house money.
Yeah.
Almost stole the game. We were up 37-34. That's the part that sucks, is us being up and not able to close it out. But yeah, I get what people are saying. If we could keep replicating the good things from this game and then we get healthy, then yeah, this is a good formula for us. That's why I think people are feeling good. Whereas it was the Lions too. It was 0-8 Lions. It was a mess. That
but
game
it was
was
0-8 Lions with us not having our quarterback either.
Not quarterback. We did have injuries in that game too.
And we found out the night before. Technically, a couple hours. Yeah.
Yeah. I was more depressed about that one than this one. It is just a feeling. It's a feeling, though, because logistically, this hurts our record worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess it definitely does, because they're an AFC team, too.
Exactly, yeah.
It definitely does. But I get what people are saying.
All right. Let's see who we got next on the hotline. Here we go. One. Boom.
Yo, it's your boy, Shoot the Rock from Wisconsin. Met y'all at the Packers game. Calling in from Dubuque, Iowa.
Let's go.
Man, that's heartbreaking. That's one. We come back. I think we have it. You could tell that we're missing a lot of guys defensively. As Eckler was running all over us on the broadcast, they said Herbert was looking like Emmitt Smith running. So, yeah, we couldn't really stop the run. But the defense and special teams, if we are going to be a Super Bowl contending team, which how wide open the AFC East is, or the whole AFC is, I think we can be. We need big plays from defense and special teams late in that game like we got. Blocking was horrific on that last drive, and then I don't know what those play calls were. So tough loss. I was overall impressed with how the team kind of rallied back and came back. I'd love to see us play the Chargers again in the playoffs. Hopefully, I think we'd get the result we want that time. Enjoy the show. Been listening since the IGTV days, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace.
Nice. The IGTV days? Ooh.
Yeah.
That's OG. Sheesh. That was the beginning. I like it. All right, let's see where
another good call though.
No, that definitely was, man.
Everyone's got good takes right now.
All right, I think we are here.
Yo, what up, Deke? What up, Moats? This is Chase calling from Arizona. Gotta say, man, kind of disappointed how that defense was, but what do you expect when we have pretty much everybody out that's a star on defense? Yeah, Cameron Heyward made some good plays, don't get me wrong, but not having TJ and any of our defensive line there is killing us. On our linebacking core and the corners, man, we need to draft another corner, I think, in this draft coming up. I got to say, I'm very impressed how the offense stepped up this game and scored in the 30s. I'm hoping once we get healthy on defense, we can get that defense and the offense together and start blowing out these teams. If our defense gets healthy and our offense keeps putting up points like that, we're going to make it far. But let me know what you guys think about the game on the live. Until next time, peace.
Thanks, bro. Talking about our corners and stuff. Every time I see Witherspoon, I think of Stephon Gilmore. They're forever linked. I'm sorry.
He said corners. I was like, Asante Samuel's right out there. God, he was one of the guys we looked at too. Oh,
that was third round too, right?
Oh man, I was like, he was standing up like a dog out there too
on the outside.
Oh man, because remember I was like, I thought he was more of a slot guy. I didn't
probably
think he could hold
play
up,
slot
but
too.
Man,
they got him a lot on the outside.
Yeah,
he was holding up against Claypool.
He was, dude.
And he's what, 5'9"?
Tops, yeah. All right. Ooh. Oh no, this would be a good one right here. Yeah, I'm getting a little reckless. I'm gonna play a couple calls that I recognize the names on it. So, don't you? I'm trusting that y'all ain't gonna do me dirty today. But here we go.
Moats, Deke, Michael, Patrick, McCracken.
Oh, there he is.
Damn, bro. I know, Moats, you don't want to come back and you don't want to play and all that stuff. I know you say you can't. I believe that. But, dude, we need, like, some linebacker coaching or something. Like, just anything to make, him play better, to make Devin Bush play any better. I had to break out the damn roster. To break out the roster to see who these players were. We got number 25 running around, 35 running around, number 50, Scott. Gosh, I have never heard of this guy. What is going on with this team, man? There is no urgency. I mean, Miles Killebrew, obviously that was fantastic. Cam Sutton played a fantastic game, man. He was so aggressive in this game. But some of this team, non-aggressive ridiculousness. All right, guys, peace out. Come on, Steelers. Let's pick it up. Bye.
Love Michael.
Always bringing the heat.
That's my guy.
Dude, breaking news. I saw this in the chat. Did you see it?
I did not. What'd you see, man?
Texans are cutting Phillip Lindsay.
Bro. He's the different style of back that I would like. He'll be a different style of the guy that I would like, man.
He heads to waivers.
I think you put a claim in for him. What's his contract?
Do you think he can make it through waivers without even getting claimed? I mean, we've seen him multiple. I mean, OBJ didn't get claimed.
But the reason I asked what's his contract, and the OBJ situation was different because you're talking about OBJ. He was specific in terms of saying he wanted to go to a contender. We also know just the perception around OBJ. Even though we said it's not necessarily the truth, the perception is that, hey, if he's not happy coming here, if he doesn't choose to want to come here, he's going to get disgruntled. So I think that was also why, not just contract wise, money, wise, but also the personality part of it with OBJ.
Okay. Current dead contracts is what it says. Mm-hmm. His base salary was $2.25 million.
Yeah, I'll pick up that claim.
Dead cap hit $3 million. So I don't even know what we'd be taking on at this point in the season. It's probably like $1 million.
For a fact, I'm picking up that claim because I do think that he would provide a different element. Now, he's not to the same speed of like a McFarland type, but he is drastically different.
Dude, he's been a successful running back throughout his career. I'm like always so surprised how much overlooked he's gotten. With the Broncos bringing in Gordon, now I get they wanted a little bit of a change of pace back with Lindsay there. But, dude, he's been successful throughout his whole NFL career, and that's something you could say about him that you can't say about McFarland. I've seen he was torching us.
I agree.
What was that, back in 2018, dude? I would love that pickup. That's the perfect change of pace. And we're seeing Najee getting banged up game in and game out. Like, he could carry the rock. He could carry it for like 15, 20 times. But then if you need the change of pace, he could do that for you too.
Absolutely, man.
I'm with you. Let's make the move right now.
I like that, man. We will see, man. Shoosh. That's good news, though, right there, though. Yeah, I would definitely put that claim in. I don't even want to take the chance of waiting because money-wise, it's not that significant, and it's a need that we
What does that do for us? Is that, I don't know where we're at on the waivers. If you make the claim, is it almost like fantasy football, then you go last on the waivers for the next time someone's up?
Oh, I haven't followed it to that extent.
Okay.
Yeah,
I have no clue. I would assume that.
I just know they have a waiver order. That's all I know.
Because it's almost like, for some of these guys, then, there's no harm in putting the waiver claim outside of just taking on a contract.
Yeah.
Because you're not getting reshuffled. Say you're the Lions. They put a claim in on Beckham. Do they stay at number 1 for next week, or do they go to the bottom?
I wouldn't know the details.
Because they could just keep putting claims on everything if the money wasn't the issue.
To an extent, yeah. To an extent, you could.
That's why I brought it up. Just didn't know.
Not like that, though, man.
Yeah, we should make the move, though. I'm all for making the move.
Yeah, I'm cool with him. Yeah, cheap, still relatively healthy, can do, something different than what these other backs that we currently have. And it'll take someone off of Najee's plate, who now we got to see what his status is going to be next week, right? Because he went out, obviously didn't come back as well, man. So Yeah.
I'm seeing it's based on losing record, but they're not saying anything about it getting reshuffled.
Right. Because we got that part. I just don't know, like,
it doesn't seem like it, though.
Change after that.
No one's commented on that, so maybe it's just the Lions have the top waiver claim until Texans, your boy Tyrod. I got 2 wins now.
Hey, put some respect. What I tell you my dude does, man. Put some respect on him, bro.
Titans, bro.
Put some respect on him, man.
That was a good one.
If he out here cooking, we cooking, baby. That's how I feel about it, all right? So we got time. I'm going to get a couple more of these calls in real quick, though.
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Get it off your chest, player.
Moats, Deke, Juicebox 32, Roar. It's 3rd and 29, 1:30 left. I hope we win this game. If we don't, I'm happy with the way this offense played. And when we do, I'm very happy with the way this offense played. Defense came back in the end there, but there's only so much we can do. I understand we had a lot of injuries, so I'm optimistic. All right. Peace.
I like the optimism, though.
Yeah,
definitely like the optimism, man. I definitely like the optimism. As long as the guys get back healthy, absolutely. And I did see it in the chat. Yeah, Najee did come back. I definitely tripped out a little bit. Yes, he did come back. I remember that. I got you. But yes. I still would like a little bit more help with my man.
Lindsey would be the perfect guy.
Yeah,
I'd be amped about that one.
I would like it, man. I would be.
When's the waivers then for him? Is it tomorrow? It's got to be soon.
Soon, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's make. If you're just gonna keep McFarland inactive, come on.
Yeah.
Let's make this move. Like having Philip Lindsay out there for 5 or 10 snaps.
Because seriously, what are we doing?
Or even I'm saying, if Harris gets hurt for a game, we could give the rock to Philip Lindsay for a whole game.
Oh yeah, he'll be
and
fine.
He's proven to be an every down back.
Yeah.
Now, do you want him for the whole season? That's probably why the Broncos brought in Gordon. But, geez, dude, he's been a really successful running back for the amount of times he's been overlooked.
He has. Even when he was in
for him being on the Texans means.
But even when he was in Denver, who was he with? Was Gordon? It wasn't Gordon.
No, he had a really good rookie season. He came out of nowhere.
But because he
and
played
then they
for
signed
somebody
Gordon.
that wasn't supposed to play though. He wasn't even supposed to be the guy.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah,
he was like undrafted.
Yeah, I
he was
forgot
out of
who
nowhere.
it was.
But yeah, he had 1,000 yards his rookie season. Popped off. I think that was his Pro Bowl year.
Mm-hmm.
And then that offseason, they bring in Melvin Gordon to take snaps away from him. But then he still succeeded.
Yeah.
And now he's on the Texans. If you're on the Texans at this point, that means the whole league's overlooking you.
Easy with the Texans slander. Easy with the Texans slander.
But that could give you a chip on the shoulder. You see what your boy Tyrod's doing, right?
My boy Tyrod do this anywhere. It don't matter if it's Baltimore, Buffalo. Was he in San Diego when I think?
Yeah.
They were in San Diego.
It was the Herbert curse.
LA. Yeah. Because he got punctured in the lungs. Absolutely, man. So put some respect on my dog. All right. Sheesh.
Damn, bro. What if that didn't happen? They were still sticking with Tyrod. We played him yesterday.
We might would have got beat.
Nah, there's no way. They would have made the switch at some point, right?
Wow.
You don't think?
Only because he was a first-round draft pick. That's why they would have made the switch, all right? Otherwise, my guy would have been out there.
In the offseason, too. It would have been Tyrod played his way into maybe a trade where the Chargers were like, oh, we can get something for Tyrod.
Exactly.
So now let's give Herbert the keys.
That's what it would have been. Instead, they was like, we're going to make him an offer he can't refuse. Puncture his lung and ask him, does he want to live? If you want to live, we'll revive you. You want to be the starting quarterback? You're going down this table, player. All right, we got time for, let's see. This is the last one right here. All right. Here we go. Please don't say anything negative.
Hey, mostly Deke. This is KTM 599.
All right.
First of all, I want to apologize for the last message since you last week. I had maybe a few beverages that were a little too far. Now, thinking a little more straight. But hey, I'm watching it right now. There's still time to go. Kick field goal. We're ahead right now. Hey, I'd rather win dirty than not win at all. So, in 7 we trust. Deke, you know this.
Yes, sir.
Believe in him. 7th heaven. But hey, I love what you all do. Love listening to the show. I don't always get to listen to it. I'm a truck driver, so my hours vary. Love hearing it, boys. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. Bye.
Nah, respect that, man. Stay safe on the roads, man. Stay safe on the roads. We will definitely keep providing the content for your player. Yes, we will. I like it though, man. That was good right there. That was good. Yeah, that was good right there. Yeah, because like I said, there was a ton of other ones, but with our travel, I did not get a chance to tune in ahead of time and pre-screen them, and I ain't recognize all them other names. I recognize some of the names. All right, that's Jude Box. All right, cool. Oh, this Michael Patch McCracken. All right, cool. This Trina, yeah. But some of them, like, hey, man, wait a minute.
Well, the other thing, too, is we got to get ready for little Zach Banner Tuesday, too.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, so for all of the members, the upper room members, Zach Banner Tuesday is what is about to happen next. So for those that don't know, every Tuesday in the season, every Tuesday, 12:30. Well, we start our show at 12:20 on Tuesdays, but we have Zach Banner come and join us for about 15, 20 minutes to talk about the game, talk about what's happening, with the team and things like that. But it's only for upper room members, so they get a chance to hear it live. After that, with probably like a day later, everyone else can hear the interview, but they can't obviously participate and ask Zach questions. So for the upper room members, y'all definitely going to want to stay tuned. All right. Come back in about 20 minutes, and we'll have the new link up with, for the Zach Banner Tuesday for the members only. So that way y'all can ask some questions that, pop up in the conversation and things like that. So yeah. But other than that though, for everyone else, we will be back out here tomorrow. Haven't figured out the time just yet, but we'll be back out there tomorrow because it's Thanksgiving week. Yeah. I don't work on holidays anymore. Deke probably works on holiday. Deke look like he'll work on a holiday.
Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Or holiday. Do you work on holiday weekends?
Black Friday. Yeah, I'll probably be doing something.
Okay. Because see, for me, man, because of the old job I had, I never got a chance to like celebrate holidays. I never had a chance to be like, hey, I'm traveling for the holiday. I'm not going to do anything. It was like, yeah, you got to work on holidays. Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's. We work on a lot of those days. So now that I'm retired, that's one of my promises. So, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow's show will be the last show of the week. I ain't working on Thanksgiving. I ain't working on Black Friday.
We got a big time show.
I know, man. So tomorrow's gonna be the show. We got game preview and all that other stuff. So that's gonna be the one that y'all definitely gonna be tuned in for as well.
Picks too. I think I tied it up this week.
You might have, man.
I think I went 3-2.
Yeah, you might have, man.
We tied it up. So the picks are hot.
So with that being said, man, y'all definitely gonna want to be on tomorrow's show, man. Don't miss it. Whatever you do, don't miss it. All right.
Hey, we got 2 super chats real quick.
Oh no, we're gonna get the supers. Okay. Yeah, we definitely get the supers. See, I'm walking it down. I got 3 minutes. I'm walking it down.
Oh, you want to officially end at 12?
Come on, man. I'm over here. One shot. Hey, run the offense, man. Run the offense. So let me dribble this thing. All right. So you got Dave Shipley. All right, go ahead and read that Dave Shipley real quick, man.
Pass me the rock.
What? All right.
I'm shooting right now.
Oh Lord. One shot.
He says, I'm hoping that fourth quarter will springboard our offense.
I definitely think
the whole game, people forget that first quarter when we won for it on fourth down. Like, that was a good drive.
Bro, that was an opening drive that we moved on too, bro.
I think that's what I said. I gave my halftime report. That's what I think I said. The offense is looking good. Yeah. Just unfortunate we didn't get that fourth down. We just needed to stop on defense this first drive. Then we can get things back on track. Because I think we were only down 7 going into half.
Yeah.
And that didn't happen. It didn't happen that way. But I thought the offense looked pretty good the whole game.
No, they definitely did their thing.
Would like more in the running game. Would like more from the offensive line. But that may be where we're at right now.
I like it. All right. Next one we have
Michael Brooks. LBs need to tackle like Moats did Johnny football.
Oh, don't do it like that.
We'll be getting penalized.
Now, I'm about to say, because that costs money. I don't encourage that. Like, I like the nature, the physical nature. The mindset was there. The mindset was kill everybody that's out there. I get that part. But because that costs. Yeah. My kids, it was a little upset that weekend. It's like, you know what? And actually, they weren't, man, because I was in a different mindset back then.
You said your kids were upset?
Yeah, because usually, if I got fined, I would tell them, hey, look, that's coming out your college money, and they get upset about it. But I forgot during that time frame, after that game, my mindset was a little different because I was like, we were already hyped up and jazzed up about it because it was Johnny football. We had to had to get after him a little bit. But I had a good game. I was doing my thing, man. Turnovers, sacks. So I was like, I'm good. That was supposed to be my multi-sack one right there. That was the one that got called back.
What'd you say happened? You said it wasn't on purpose. Your hand was just there.
Mitchell Schwartz, like, I'm beating him across and he's pulling my jersey. So when he's pulling me, I'm like,
so it was holding.
Yeah, it was. And that was the argument I made when I was getting the appeal too. And they were like, well, it doesn't matter what caused the flag. The fact is you still grabbed his face mask, you didn't let it go, and you spun him around. I'm like, all right, I get it. You don't have to give me the play-by-play. So yeah, that was that horrible deal right there. But yeah, after the game, I was low-key hyped though when I'm like, bro, you know what, they're going to find me? It's like, whatever they find me, we're going to go buy something bigger. That's how we feeling today. They can't hurt my pocket. it was a different mindset back then. Like I said, it was a different mindset. Now I'm a little.
It's like whenever a company says, "We'll match your donation," you're like,
"You gonna find me? I'll match your fine." Babe, where you want to go this weekend? You want that Louis? You want some red bottoms? We can get 2 red. We get his and hers in for this week. How about that? Yeah, that's the when you playing. It was different mindset. So yes, don't. Same mentality, but don't get the flag on it. All right. All right, but before we go, man, we do got to shout out Jacob Malacio. Man, Jacob Malacio says his birthday is tomorrow. So we
lost. We don't have to shout him out again.
Yeah, we lost. So your shout out days are over. We don't care about you anymore, Jacob. Just stay in the upper room. But other than that, we don't care about you anymore. But no, man, happy early birthday. Just in case we don't catch you tomorrow on the show, man. Definitely, appreciate your support, man. Hope you enjoy your day, man. Turn up, research like a big dog. If you're hanging with the boy Bart Basquiat, make sure you got them shroomy doomies on deck as well. So now that we've
12 officially,
we've walked it down. We appreciate everybody for their support. Like I said, for the upper room members, stay on. We'll catch you in a little bit, man, when we come back with Zach. But everybody else, we appreciate you. And until next time, baby.
Peace.